This stream kind of sucks. Oh well, at least Tifa does. Literally.
No.
We quickly shared a water ice before the beginning of the stream because it's warm here. Hello.
I wasn't done yet.
I was done with my half. Tifa took forever.
Once again.
Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome back, Mortenard. Happy late birthday. Congratulations once again, late on Mortenard's birthday.
How was your birthday?
How was your trip?
How was your
vacation?
birthday?
How was it that all of the US celebrated your birthday with you? Because Independence Day. Hello, Honest Psycho. Congrats on being first and third, respectively. Skipping second, but that's fine. It's a possibility.
We're
How
second.
you all doing?
Because we're 2.
We're 0 with. Okay, that kind of works, but
really
also
work.
not, because if we are not here, then there can't be a first there.
There doesn't need to be any logic here. It's okay.
Fair enough, yeah. Slurp. Tifa wanted me to press the button even earlier. He's like, people can just see that I'm eating a water ice. And I'm thinking...
Well, you made it awkward by waiting until I was almost done.
I'm thinking... Would you like to watch Tifa eat water ice? That's the question that requires an answer here. Because I say, nah.
You could have spoken in the meantime, I'm just saying. It's like drinking tea, which I'm also now doing.
While you munch and crunch through your eyes?
Yeah, okay. I'm the psycho that chews my ice cream.
I technically already paid for it. I mean...
No.
What are you doing? Why are you spilling tea everywhere?
I'm holding my tea. Don't make me laugh. I'm putting it down. I need to learn how to make them less full, but that feels like a waste, you know. There.
Are you okay now?
I'm okay now.
The room we're in is relatively small, as you can tell from the slight tinny echoiness on our microphones. As far as I'm aware, it's not something I can fix. It's just that the wall is literally here. This room is very small. If Tifa spills her teacup here, there's a 99% chance you're gonna hit something that runs on electricity. So please don't.
Yeah.
Please don't, Tifa.
There absolutely is. But on the bright side, it's Friday.
Yes, and I do need this weekend. It's been a long and arduous week at work, and I'm happy to not be working for 2 days. Yeah.
That makes sense.
When's our next vacation? Still a ways to go.
A long time to go. I have to say, this week wasn't that bad. Just last night was, or the last day, not work-wise, was kind of shitty. Like, despite it being warm here, I woke up last night freezing. I had such violent, like, cold shakes. It actually hurt.
I woke up at 2:39 a.m. exactly, because something next to me was shaking and quaking, and not just like, cold shiver. Full on, like, muscle spasms going through the body.
That was painful, I'm telling you.
And I'm thinking, she has like a fucking seizure or something.
It felt like it was like minus 50 degrees for some reason.
That's not good. So I like drowsily wake up and she's like, I suddenly feel very cold. And I'm like
teeth clattering cold.
Like I've got one leg out under the blanket. It is warm. It's not like I'm not drenched in sweat, but I'm warm. So she's like fighting me. I'm doing my best to be adorable and go like, okay, come here, and like try to cuddle with her to like warm her up with my own body warmth.
That was very sweet.
Yeah, it seemed like at first you were fighting me, like you didn't want to wake me up or something, which, newsflash, it's too late. I'm awake. And then the best thing, I fold her into a position where I have maximum like big spoon, small spoon surface contact with her. And then after like 5 minutes, she finally like warms through. She's feeling okay. Who knows why she suddenly felt this way. I'm about to fall asleep again. She goes, I gotta pee. I'm like, oh my god.
then after it started all over again because I got cold again.
When she got, yeah, of course, when she got out of the bed, she went to the bathroom, came back, but of course, you know, when you're cold, what do you not do if you're Tifa? Exactly, put on socks if you're not wearing any. So she comes back again like, I'm cold. Like, come here. I think I fell asleep again at like 3:30.
Yeah, that could be.
Then I woke up again at like 5:30 because something, I don't know what. So I fell asleep like 3 or 4 times tonight.
Sorry.
If I'm slurring my speech even more than usual, bumbling over words, you can thank her.
I'm the problem. It's me.
I feel about as tired as I look. So yeah, thank you for that.
Tomorrow you can sleep with, or cuddle with Psycho.
I can cuddle with you if you want. That is very sweet. First of all, I feel flattered. I can tell you in that situation, I was not in need of cuddles. So I was very well off. I was perfectly content in the situation. 10 degrees this morning to put on a sweater and a thin jacket in July.
I kind of like 10 degrees.
I would swap with you. If I could, I would swap with you.
This morning it was also kind of cold.
It was not.
It was not 29 degrees or whatever we're having.
No, it was not cold.
I was cold.
Tifa, have you considered just dressing appropriately for how you feel with the temperature? Like, if you're cold, you can wear something to make yourself less cold. That's an option. Like right now, I choose to be here in this t-shirt and I'm wearing very thin jogging pants.
Right
I'm
now,
not currently
cold.
wearing socks. This is a barefoot stream for me because I'm warm. But if I was cold, I would put on socks. Unlike Tifa. Why is that?
I wasn't cold when I went to bed. So there's no need to put on socks.
I'll remind you of that tonight. Just
yeah, but
put them
now
on.
it's warm. Now I'm warm. I'm just saying.
Birthday was... See, it already starts. Birthday was good, so was our vacation. Nice. Wedding was gorgeous, right on the lake. Ooh, that sounds nice.
Oh, you went to a wedding.
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought you went on...
Cough. No, don't do that.
For some reason, I thought you just went on a trip with Groundhog.
I mean, yes, but both can be true.
Yeah, but I mean, not for a wedding, but like a
with
vacation
no specific
trip.
purpose other than to enjoy each other's company.
Yes, exactly.
Fair enough.
That.
Martina, take it easy, please. Yeah, that sucks.
Did Groundhog also catch a cold?
Or
It's kind
just
of
you.
is cold season or like cold fever season. We have so many people at work currently. Like they're all going down one by one. Like one person comes sick at work and now it's like bloop, like dominoes.
It doesn't exactly help that this is like the first year post-pandemic. So people also, like more people, also again go to like parties and stuff. Where
Isn't the first year?
with
like in
or
the
without
second year, basically.
COVID-19 you are more likely to catch something, because if you go to like a club or something, you're in a room with other people. Usually that's not outdoors, so.
Well, cold season has always been a thing now, or flu season.
Yeah, but cold season, flu season usually is in fall, when it's like moist and humid outside.
You always have a peak in summer as well.
I'm gonna Google that for you, Tifa. Today it will be an educational stream. We will learn about when the flu season is in Germany.
The wedding at least sounds really nice though. Yeah, right, now that I mention it, there were like 2 little cousins as like flower boys, girls. Could that be?
I think that was a previous one. But I remember, I think Groundhog
Groundhog
mentioned
mentioned 2 small cousins. Suddenly I'm uncertain. Like everything is flowing into one.
When is the flu season in Germany? Blah, blah, blah,
At least do the what months are the flu active.
When, according to nih.gov, I don't know that website. Let's find out who they are. The National Library of Medicine in somewhere, it's English speaking. The influenza season in Europe and the Northern Hemisphere typically lasts from November to April.
Well, you're
with a
also
number of
wrong.
cases usually peaking around February. Didn't I say fall?
Yeah, and the peak is in February, but that's not the thing. What months are the flu most active or something? There's always a thingy in...
CDC.gov, which is an American institution, not a German one.
Yeah, why are we looking up German info on not German websites? I bet those say summer.
Alright, let me try to think in German for a second. Grippe Saison Deutschland. Deep, 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 deep,
See?
deep.
Summer, there you have it.
What? Where did you see that?
In my mind.
How about no, Tifa? So, Robert Koch Institute, which is like the German version of the CDC, kind of. Closest thing we have to that.
Doesn't matter, by the way. Like, fact is, there are lots of people
Why
sick
do
around
flu
this time.
seasons occur in winter? Blah blah blah. Low outside temperatures, dry air inside because of heating.
It doesn't take away the fact that lots of
Tell me
people
again.
are sick at the moment.
You can always get sick. It's just more likely under certain circumstances.
Well, yeah, like now.
You know what else makes me sick? Tifa trying to do recaps. Tifa, what happened the last time we played Ace Attorney, Phoenix Wright?
I was dreading this question.
I know. And unlike Tifa, I prepared. I did my homework because I also had forgotten. So I checked the VOD from last time.
Yeah, but that kind of ruins it now. Also, we don't always need a perfect
Yes,
recap.
we do.
Like, if we both don't remember, we just
But
go
I do
in
remember.
and then it's like, oh yeah, this is where we at.
But I do remember.
Yeah, because you looked it up.
Yeah? What kept you from doing that?
Spoiling the fun.
That you already had. What?
Yeah. For the recap. If you give perfect recaps every time, there's no fun in it, is it? Then it's like all rehearsed and...
Oh, yeah, good. Fair point. When will you start giving perfect recaps so we can get bored by them?
I have given a couple of good recaps.
That was not the question. Stop changing the issues. Now, recap time.
I remember we got stuck and we had to look up a walkthrough to find the way on how to talk to
Tifa recap. We were playing Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. We are on episode 5 and we play a character called Phoenix Wright. His nickname is Nick and he's a lawyer, a rookie lawyer, and he has an assistant in this case called Emma Sky.
I forgot most of those names. Like, I'm happy you put that in there. GMA, how are you doing?
Happy Friday, how are you doing? So, we're on episode 5 still of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Tifa, carry on. What happened
like
the
I
last
said,
time we played?
I remember we got stuck. We even had to look up a hall walkthrough.
A hall.
We did some psh, 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 to find blood on...
Together with everybody, there was a lot of psh, 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 and another sound, but I forgot what we did.
Oh, yeah. And we were looking for fingerprints on
Correct.
the crime scene by spraying like coke around and then you blow it away and then a fingerprint is left.
It's not cocaine. I can tell you that.
Well, it's
I
something.
forgot the name, but it's not cocaine.
We had that.
But it's flower-like stuff.
Then we had to talk to like Edgeworth
Yes.
and we got stuck and we had to actually get through a walkthrough to finally manage to speak to Edgeworth. And I think we're there, or are we back in court already? We did find out who the fingerprint was from, and I don't remember who that was, and I think it was from Mr. Cowboy dude, whose name I also forgot. Johnny? No. Walker?
Marshall.
No. Marshall.
I forgot his first name.
Johnny?
His name is John Marshall. Yes. I don't think that's what it was.
Honestly, that's what I remember.
The guy that looks like a cowboy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, close enough. Tifa, we're currently during the trial once again and we were cross-examining Officer Meekins.
Oh, yeah, true. That's where we are. Now that you say it, I remember.
Yes. Exactly.
And he was all like, oh, I didn't do it. And then at some point he was like, oh, I did it. And then it was like, oh, no, I didn't do it.
And we had a 3D video, or a video animated in 3 dimensions, which was completely mind-blowing because we didn't get 3D scenery so far. Yes, that is true.
It's wild, I'm telling you.
Yes,
also,
it is.
Ranger,
thank you very much for the resub, and thank you for the working log.
Kick butts at work.
Also, Groundhog is fine, not coughing.
I'm glad to hear that. Say hi to Groundhog for us.
We play Phoenix Wright, who at this point hasn't really earned the title of Ace Attorney yet, and probably never will with how we're doing it. But as Tifa mentioned, again, disclaimer, it will be like this for the rest of his game playthrough. I've got a walkthrough open. We've got stuck so many times in this chapter. I want to see the end of it eventually. I will tell you when I'm looking it up, it will be immediately obvious, because I have to go through this. It's like a checklist kind of thing. If we get stuck, I would like to see the end of this game at some point.
I do kind of feel like we're the Ace Attorney though, because we are on a winning streak, sorta.
I mean, Phoenix Wright is right now. I don't feel so much that I am winning technically. We're getting somewhere.
Like we're kind of being carried here, and then it's like, oh, the character is like, I get it. I know what's going on, and we're like, okay.
And I'm like, oh yeah, sure, of course.
I'm glad someone knows what's going on.
Pretty much that.
It ain't us.
How long has it been since you played this game? Like 3 weeks actually, 2.5?
No, it's like 2 weeks, like Psycho said. We had a 1 week vacation.
This is the first time we're playing it this week. Last week we were on a vacation, and the week before that we did 3 Omori streams, because the one day we were planning to do Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, we did Omori because internet issues. So it's actually closer to 3 weeks, I think. It's been a while. I think it's fair that Tifa had kind of lost the plot. Which is why you can always do your homework.
And this one is also confusing.
This case is not easy. Yes.
Okay, let me...
Now Tifa makes some space, because once again she'll be in control. For better or for worse. Let me set up the game.
I'm still not exactly sure what to think of this chapter. I don't know if I like it or not. Like, I kinda like it, but I also don't. I am having a love-hate relationship with it currently.
Like it even more if... Bam! Video games. If it was slightly less confusing. This is where we were. In the testimony of Officer Meekins. It had just started. So... I think we have to go through all the lines first. I didn't read them yet.
Yeah, I think he had to change his testimony again, no? Or he had to add something to it?
Yeah, we're trying to figure out who the mystery man is that Officer Meekins met in the... What's it called? The room with the evidence. Because
the one
clearly
who
there has been at least one shenanigan. Because somebody opened 2 lockers with 1 set of fingerprints.
Oh,
and how can that be?
I suddenly remember last time was the first time we had to watch like this video.
Literally what I talked about earlier.
Yeah.
That's correct. Thank you for listening to my part of the recap.
Yours was long.
Yes. Jima, how are you doing? Happy Friday if I didn't say it already. There's one other thing that proves the man was Detective Goodman, sir. To enter the evidence room, one must use their ID card. When an ID card is used, there's a record of it. At the time of a crime, the detective had used his card.
Oh, I thought...
There we go. You thought?
No, I thought this was like a new testimony bit thing.
It was. This is the new bit.
Oh.
Which is why we decided to stop here. Past Jack and Tifa were seemingly smarter people than current Jack and Tifa. Next time we do it like this, we leave ourselves some notes. How about that?
Yeah, but it seemed too short. Like, I thought he would add something to what he already said, and then don't you go like through it again? I don't remember. It's been too long.
Not all of it necessarily. Oh well. An ID card record, I see.
I have the ID card record right here, Your Honor.
Why does Atref always fold everything?
It's easier to
Seems weird.
The ID used at 514 is that of the victim.
Just before the crime, yes, without a doubt, this is the victim's ID. However, one thing does strike me as unusual.
Several hundred cases should have been due for transferal. Why were there so few people using this room?
This particular evidence room is only used for storing certain special cases.
Special cases?
Extremely violent cases involving police staff. Just
Okay.
hearing that makes my hair stand on end.
Me too, although it doesn't make much of a difference.
Why would you put those
Get
separate
it?
anyway?
Get it? The
He's
hair.
already spiky.
Phoenix Wright, at least hairstyle-wise, is the closest thing we will ever get to a real-life Sonic the Hedgehog, I feel like.
Looks good on him
Not a
though.
bad thing.
There were only a few cases up for transferal there, and most were cleared up by noon.
Right, I see. Now, let us move on to the cross-examination.
Press everything, I guess, to get back into it as well.
Here we go.
How do you press again?
We don't need to press that. I want to not press everything if we don't feel like we need to. Like,
Remember how once we couldn't continue because we didn't press everything, even though we thought, oh, we don't need to press this? Because I remember.
fair enough, dude. I want to argue with her, but I can't. She has a point. So, unlike your earlier testimony, you believe this to be rock solid, do you? Yes, sir. Solid as stone, sir.
That's what they all say.
If my hand wasn't wrapped in bandages, I'd even give a V for victory sign, sir.
What stops you from doing it with your other hand?
If I can't use my left hand, I can use my right hand, and if I can't use this one... Oh my god! And watch 2 at the same time.
That's W.
Indeed. Oh no, Tifa is right. It doesn't feel good.
Even
Honest
in
psycho.
writing, that seems too shocking, honestly.
You've been here long enough by now. Tell me, writing this out, does it feel like natural? Because to me, it doesn't.
Excuse me? I am right 98% of all times when it comes to our disagreements or arguments. And you know it. There is barely a time where you are right.
I strongly disagree with this.
And the few times you are right, it's on stream. Those are the only cases where you are sometimes correct.
Assuming that you are right in this statement and that on a case-by-case basis I was right less times than you, I would still argue that the amount of correctness in these cases far outweighs the amount of correctivity on your end.
Mr. Ace Attorney.
Yeah, I take, what is gaslighting for 500? Jack's toxic trait number 1. Yes, yes. She's pretty good at it too though. Yeah, I felt a disturbance in the force. Yes. Are we solving your situation of one in the game? Why not both? ¿Por qué no los dos?
It comes in a package. Excuse me, what?
Why not both, but in Spanish?
Since when do you know how to say that in Spanish?
It's a meme.
I'm gonna Google it, and you insulted my mom, didn't you?
No, I didn't.
But you wanted to.
No, I was trying to find a way to say yes for extra effect, but no. It means why not the two things?
Anyway, this isn't solvable anymore.
Jima, I actually thought about this during our vacation. I would say our streams are a complete hybrid of a vlog, a podcast, and people playing video games. All 3 things happen at the same time.
Don't forget the therapy.
All 4 things happen at the same time.
And educational.
All 5 things happen. All 6 things. There's probably one we didn't think of. All 6 things happen at the same time. So potentially yes.
I think the educational purposes of our stream is quite high, like the percentage.
I think you're pretty bad with percentages, but sure. All the 6 things, the 5 we mentioned plus the 1 wildcard, there's probably 50% each in every stream.
Yeah, that adds up.
I would continue if you continue the lines. Everything, everywhere, all at once? Yes, always. Always.
Welcome to X's stream.
Yes.
Couldn't he just use his right hand for that? Oh,
Emma.
thank you. Welcome to the conversation.
And even at your tender age, you knew.
Let's hear him out fully. As we've seen, one never knows what he might say until the very last second.
Wait, why did you click that away? That needs to be a tattoo on you. I never know what I'm about to say until the very last second.
That's actually a good...
That sounds like a line you would have tattooed on your shoulder blade. No?
I mean, I'd be up for it.
In Japanese.
Oh, on the inside of my lips.
Oh my god.
No?
Listen, if you want to get tattoos on the inside of your mouth, do what you want. But every time I see somebody go like, oh, I've got a tattoo inside my mouth, look. How often do people get to see it?
You don't do it for someone else.
Fair
Besides,
point.
The ones here are
yeah.
more like the fun. The ones you put there are more like the
Yeah,
fun
true.
factor.
True, yeah. I recant my earlier statement. It was nonsensical and not well thought out.
This is more of the hey icebreaker kind of thing.
I want to see the icebreaker of you approaching somebody and you having a whole paragraph of text on the inside of your bottom lip. Might as well do like your favorite poem on your upper lip and go like, look, I'm a book, technically. Like, you do you.
Good work. Like, who knows?
Press them.
We're pressing.
Let's talk about ID cards.
I still kind of want the Magikarp tattoo.
Where did that
Speaking
come
of
from?
tattoos.
Do it.
Oh, I should get like several Magikarps in a row.
On the inside of your nose. Like inside your nostril.
Oh, that's probably painful.
I would not recommend that. Is that card hanging from your neck one of those ID cards? Yes, sir. This card right next to my cuffs, sir.
Where are the cuffs?
I keep it here so I won't ever forget it. But what if someone were to steal it from you, keeping it out in the open like that? Maybe I shouldn't wear it around my neck. Remember when I said 2 out of 3 times my tie gets stuck when I get out of my car? Well, the remaining time it's my ID card that gets stuck. It's excuse you?
I didn't skip it.
Instead of the door closing, my ID chokes me. I didn't know that Meekins was so kinky.
I mean...
Again, you do.
Dangerous kink, but...
Yeah, I would
sure.
not recommend that. Definitely not. Unless there's like a... What's the right term in this case? I think with lifting, it's a spotter. You know, somebody who makes sure that you don't hurt yourself during the exercise? Do you also have that in the kinkdom? When the thing you're doing is like a thing you do like single player? Like a single player kink? Like choking yourself with your ID card in the car? And then there's somebody there to make sure, like to supervise? That could be a thing, I don't know. Choke me harder, ID card.
Choke me, ID senpai.
Pictures I didn't need in my head, but maybe I should just leave this one alone. Yeah.
Maybe he just likes himself. Probably has a picture of him on it.
Fair enough, some people are into it.
I mean...
Yes, already losing brain cells. It's Friday afternoon, Friday night, depending on where you are. That's what you do, no? That's a typical Friday.
That is true. It's allowed on Fridays. And any other day too, but still.
It's always Friday somewhere.
I'm not sure how many I have left after all of this.
Running on autopilot.
Today I absolutely am. At any rate, each police officer has only one ID card. Both the police department and the prosecutor's office can attest to this.
And nobody would ever dare go against it and make a copy.
That's not that easy though.
Is it not?
Especially not with a registered thing in it. How do you plan on copying that?
Hey, buddy, sorry, I need to quickly go into the evidence room. I just left my ID card at my desk. I really need to rush. My boss is up my ass about this. Can I quickly borrow yours?
That's not copying.
If you already have access to that of the other person, that's the first step to getting a copy, isn't it? Potentially.
No,
Did I
that's just
just-
taking a new card.
Did I just out my own criminal energies? Potentially. Or even steal one. Who would do something like that?
I
Exactly.
know, right?
But most importantly, Honest Psycho, let's play a little game. Do you believe this time we're playing this game, we will actually get to ask somebody, why did he have to die? We're still no closer to the reason why. Yes.
In this one, I might actually believe we will find out the reason, seeing how it's connected to the other
I was just about to
the other
ask.
case.
Exactly. We will never know. I don't think. Get out of my head.
Morphogenetic fields.
I can tell you it's quite comfortable in there. So, no.
I seriously think in this case we might.
Hopefully. I would like that.
Please proceed with your testimony.
Yes, Meekins, please do. Please press him on that. This is a true statement. We know that this is the case. Let it be noted that this is the record the witness referred to.
Let me see. Yes, that would be it, Detective Goodman.
See?
What's the matter?
What if we didn't press this one? It did the ding, which means there's something.
According to this, Mr. Edgeworth, your name is on here.
So it is, Your Honor.
Not that prosecutor again. Hey, maybe he's behind all of this. Being a prosecutor, he could hide the evidence.
Mommy, is that man in blue a murderer?
Shh, don't stare at him. You've got the wrong color, kid. What if a kid is colorblind?
You know, I think it's good to educate your kids from a young age, but going to an open court murder trial, is that something you would bring your kid to? I mean, I would love to visit one once, but...
I've been on the... not on the bench, that's the wrong term. I've been in the audience during a court trial once. We're in high school. Part of our education about like the law in Germany was that we all had to take a trip together with our teacher to a courthouse and
Oh, that's cool.
sit in the back during a trial.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Also, murder cases, I think, are usually closed.
It was
now.
not a murder case. It was about, if I recall correctly, it was about somebody who had a history with drugs, allegedly stealing a bicycle and selling it for allegedly drug money. I don't recall what happened during the case, but I remember that being like the story. Hey, as long as you spend time with your kid.
I mean, yeah, that is also true.
I guess.
Maybe she's really into these crime things. Could be.
Maybe the kid wanted to do it. Yeah, true. Who knows?
It would seem the inquiry committee will want to speak with you again today.
I have nothing to be ashamed of regarding my actions or their consequences. For now, let us continue with the cross-examination. Or Mr. Edgeworth? It must be so difficult for him.
Press him. That's the last thing we can press. Earlier, I believe you testified that when you asked the man to show his ID card, he pulled a knife on you. Yes, sir. He didn't show me any ID card, sir. Don't you think that's odd? I mean, if he had his ID card, all he had to do was show it to you. There wouldn't be any reason to draw a knife. Maybe he just panicked? I'm sorry, if you're the kind of person that when you get flustered and start to panic, you draw a weapon on somebody, please, first of all, get help.
Hey.
And
Can you tell me what time it is?
and please don't become a police person. Please. Everything stems from contradictions. Let's point them out.
Mr. Wright, what do you think?
I'm confused.
What? Le.
Exactly.
How's work, Ranger?
The problem with his ID card testimony is far too obvious.
Are you fully packed for moving? One more week, right?
Oh yeah. You
No,
said on
the
the 13th, I think, huh?
Well, that is next week, no?
6 more days. It's not like Edgeworth to miss something like this.
You're thinking too hard about it.
Come on, let's show them what we've got. We've got
Not
nothing.
thinking too hard about it usually is our problem, Emma. Okay, I guess last one, save. And then let's start presenting things. So, save.
Detective had used this card.
Save. Please.
Save. Override.
There, now you could see it. The last time we played this game was on 16 June. So, no, 18 June? 3 weeks ago.
So we need a contradiction, but we... Oh wait, we can contradict it because we have the ID card. Where is that thing?
Second from the left.
There. That's a contradiction, huh? How would he have used it if it
I
wasn't
mean,
there?
we found it on
The
in
ground.
the spot where the dead person was, but that was in the car. Try it. You never know with this game. That was correct. Smart. Wait one moment, Officer Meekins. No, I'm not good at waiting, sir. You're doing it right now. I have a victim's ID card right here. I found it at the crime scene.
That makes sense.
When I say crime scene, I'm not referring to the evidence room at the police department. I mean the other crime scene.
And you know, because I didn't record it anywhere or tell anyone about this, you'll just have to believe me.
Yes, exactly. There's absolutely no evidence to my so-called evidence. I mean the other crime scene. The underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. Your Honor, I have one more piece of evidence to present. It's a very important clue regarding the victim's ID card.
Nay, lost item report. It's only half completed.
I don't remember that.
Same. But it shows that Detective Goodman had lost something on the day of the crime. Something important enough to fill out this report.
Oh, the dude gave it to us. The
Ah yes,
head
the
of-
dude. Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney is a spin-off of The Big Lebowski.
What's his name? The big bad guy who's supposed to be the good guy, but is secretly...
Chief of Police Gant.
Yes, yes.
Damon Gant.
I think he gave it to us.
I think so.
Let me guess. You believe this something to be his ID card, right?
Did you just try to press him with options?
No, I accidentally twitched my finger.
I can't say for sure, but there's a high probability. On the day of the crime, Detective Goodman was not carrying his car.
Order! Order! So, now what does this all mean?
It can only mean one thing. It doesn't even require much thought. I'm good at not much thought. The man Officer Meekins encountered in the evidence room was not Detective Goodman, but rather the man who stole his ID card. And that was
Marshall.
Marshall. I think Dean was his name.
Order! 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 Does the prosecution have a response?
I have only one thing to say to the defense.
No, you.
Bravo, Mr. Wright.
Or as Tifa would say, biz.
You don't say bis in this case. I have explained plenty of times when you use bis. Bis is not used here, but I have shown you cases where bis has been used.
Tifa, it sounds to me almost like you are taking the biz. I've been sitting on this one for weeks.
That's why you went for it.
Yes, I was waiting for an opportunity. Meanwhile, bravo.
Allow me to summarize the defense argument. At 5:15 p.m. on the day of the crime,
You tried, Jack. I did it.
the man in the evidence room Officer Meekins encountered was not Detective Goodman. There are two grounds to support this. First, the locker in the evidence room was already unlocked. Second, the victim lost his ID card.
Third, we had to witness way too much video evidence of a blue badger.
There can't be enough blue badger.
I agree.
Am I correct so far, Mr. Wright?
Yes. What's he up to?
That being the case, we must inevitably arrive at a single conclusion. In the victim, or if the
Inside the victim.
If the victim in this video is a fake, then the murder in the evidence room is also fake.
Correct.
In other words, the security camera does not show the instant of the murder.
Yes. Also, before I read this line, I have a question. We are still arguing that technically Goodman died in 2 different places at the same time, yes? My question, where's the second body?
Well, we're not really arguing that.
Clearly we still are, because he just said we didn't witness the moment of the death. Where is the second body? One Goodman body was recovered, and that was in the trunk of Edgeworth's car. Assuming that we still want to pursue the insanity that the same person died in 2 different spots, where is the second body? I'm saying there is no second body, therefore I take one out, and this is what you can do with a plan to confuse us with saying that there were 2.
Yeah, because they didn't know it was about the same guy in the end, and it was first 2 separate murders, and it was like, oh no, it's
How can
Goodman,
there be 2
so
separate murders of the
like,
same Bruce Goodman?
But we thought he was killed here, and then it's like, oh no, but he got killed there, and now we have to find out how he actually got killed,
How
and maybe
can there
he
be
just
2
got moved, and then it was just a transfer of the crime scene, and that's not what we're trying to find out.
Bruce Goodman does not compute. That's the proof that there was even a murder in the evidence room in the first place. Exactly. We have not spoken with anybody that said that there was, except for Damon Gant, I believe.
This is just a thing of miscommunication that's going around.
Listen, I've worked in corporate space for over 15 years. I've seen plenty of miscommunication. Not once was there ever something on the level of one thing happening in 2 different places at the same time. No.
Actually, yes. And in the simplest example, I can tell
Here
you.
we go.
It's
Strap
how
in.
there's a meeting at place A, and then you think it's at place B, so you go to place B for the meeting, and then there you go. There's 2 things happening.
No, because in this example, both meetings allegedly still happened. Like
Yeah, and then I
the
met with another
multiverse
colleague.
just opened up, like we suddenly split timelines.
Yeah.
That's what the police is saying.
Then I met with another colleague who also thought it was in meeting room B.
And then there were
we
4
decided
meetings
to
in
have the
Tifa's
meeting
head.
to already start ahead, but then in the correct meeting room they were also having the same meeting, and they thought we just didn't show up, so then we both had a meeting about the same things at different locations.
All this proves is that, yes, now we know Tifa works in Japanathon. Okay, so still I'm confused. Thank you. So are we with what they're arguing in this case. So am I, at least.
Well, I mean, I'm confused about the case as well, but I feel like your confusion dates back like 5 weeks ago. I feel like we've already passed that bit and we're now confused about something else while you're still confused about that.
Yes.
Like, we need to be confused about the same things.
Why?
Otherwise, it's just a mass confusion about different things.
But what is so wrong about that?
We need to localize our confusion to the same
Jack,
point.
show us on this doll where exactly you're confused. Everywhere. That is, well, I guess that's right.
Something wrong, Mr. Wright? Only moments ago you seemed content to be pointing your finger around.
This isn't going to end well.
Well, it seems you've finally realized exactly what you've gone to such lengths to prove.
Explain yourself, Mr. Edgeworth!
We need to be confused about the same things. Exactly.
But if we're confused about different things, we can be confused about being confused, therefore making this way more meta and giving it layers.
But
That's
it's
what I'm
even
saying.
more confusing if we're confused about different confusions, and then while trying to explain it, it gets even more confusing.
You came here for confusion while we're making the mother of all omelets in terms of confusions. Schrodinger's cat can eat its furry heart out.
Has a furry heart.
I don't know. It's a theoretical cat. Oh look, there's text for us to read.
The defense has already done the explaining for me. The victim in this video is a fake, which means a murder did not take place at the police department at 5:15 on the day of the crime.
Why are we arguing about this? Yes, clearly.
So,
Do you think Meekins is in on it?
I have no idea.
So the real crime could only take place at one location, the underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. The murderer being Miss Lana Sky, the defendant.
Thank you. That's what I was trying to say the entire time. Now we can argue about the one murder and everything else was just bullshittery around it.
And
Thank you,
technically,
Ashworth.
we can just close it because she said, I did it. I mean, we kind of know she didn't do it, I suppose. But I feel like we're going really deep into...
I have a question because I honestly don't know. Is that how it works? If the police has a suspect and the suspect goes, I did it, even though there is not that much evidence, there is not enough evidence to, beyond the reasonable doubt, beyond the shadow of a doubt, to prove that this person actually did the thing that they said. This person will be found guilty anyway, right? Because they confessed. That's like a problem in law enforcement when people force you or make you say, I'm guilty, when you're not.
I do think your story needs to fit what they can see that happened.
Yeah.
I mean, I can now walk to the police office, say, hey, I killed the guy you found yesterday. But if I can't say how he died, what the wound is, what I hit him with, like if what I did has to match the things on the body, I would think. Otherwise, it's already a no-go. Because then I can just blackmail you, go...
But couldn't you then argue that you are obfuscating your testimony by saying confusing things? Let's just carry on. Gant bullshitted us. Gant is mega sus even more than the beginning. Yes, he has been the entire time. Yes.
Gant seems like a nice, funny dude.
That's a front.
But he has already thrown out some lines where you can tell he's a mega asshole.
Yeah, when he swapped from, hey everybody, let's go swimming together to, don't fuck with me, kid. Yeah.
There's more to him.
Conviction is a plus on your record. I like that. I mean, you don't say that, but given the timing of me reading this out, I will take it as Tifa has a conviction on her record already. She doesn't, but it would be really funny in my mental scenario. And the 100% conviction rate, make up bullshit and put innocent people in jail, actually happens IRL. Yeah. Unfortunately, yes.
Edgeworth can tell you all about it.
Yeah, look at this guy.
As a matter of fact.
He knows. He knows a thing or two about this. I heard. Allegedly.
The evidence is compelling. A trustworthy witness observed the moment the defendant used the murder weapon.
Nah.
We forgot about that.
Yeah, why don't we put Lana Sky on the stand?
Because then she goes, oh, I did it.
Okay, then let's ask her why. I knew the testimony was way too shabby. It was all a trap from the beginning. It's almost like we're being played.
The activity in the evidence room still leaves many questions unanswered. Who exactly was the victim Officer Meekins encountered? And where did this person disappear to? However, this trial's purpose is to examine only the murder of Detective Goodman.
Just so, Your Honor.
Mr. Wright, you have to do something, or else Lana...
What do I do? How am I supposed to get myself out of this mess?
Object, I guess? I don't know what we're objecting to, honestly. But...
For video game gameplay logic purposes, I believe we have to object. But everything the judge just said, I 100% agree with. We have to find out who killed Bruce Goodman.
I mean, it's kind of what we're there for, yeah.
Yes, but I also believe that finding out who did the mischief in the evidence room is connected to that.
Well, it's too much of a coincidence. Someone has tried to pose as Goodman, and therefore it is important.
Yeah,
should it be the main thing? No.
Why would you look at the stories and go like, Bruce Goodman died that day. We found his body. And somebody impersonated Bruce Goodman that day. Clearly they are not connected. I mean, circumstances, right? It doesn't matter. Bullshit. I mean, even if Lana's guy was to be friend, what does the stuff in the evidence room help her with that? I would... First of all, I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know if that would work. But I would argue that the fact that my client was seen murdering somebody and the very same person at or close to the same time is on a video somewhere else means that there's more to this case than just a straight up murder by my client. And we need to find out what exactly that is before we can cast a verdict.
But I don't think that's what Psycho means. It's like if someone is trying to set up Lana as the murderer of Goodman, even if she didn't do it, and by framing her in committing it, that she did it, the whole thing in the evidence room doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, why would you do that?
Like, why would you do that if you already have a perfect scene? Like, what do you achieve with that?
Do you know the problem with his line of thinking, Honest Psycho, and Tifa, and myself included? Because I agree. We keep asking that one wrong question. The why. Nobody asks why in Japanifornia. One moment, Your Honor.
What now, Mr. Wright? Don't tell me you're objecting to what you've just proven.
Of course not. But I almost walked right into the prosecution's trap.
What are you talking about?
This cross-examination has proven one thing and one thing only. The security video did not show the actual murder. The camera panning for absolutely no reason is just throwing me off. Did we go through the line too fast? Is it bugged? Will something still happen?
No, we need to watch the full video again.
Okay, imagine just Phoenix Wright saying, it didn't solve that. And then for 20 seconds he just stares at the judge before he says anything.
No, he pressed a button and it played.
I guess. However, it cannot be said that it is unrelated to the murder in the parking lot.
For a second I thought we were gonna watch it again.
Specifically, large amounts of blood traces were found in the evidence room.
Yeah, we did the psh psh.
And the pff pff.
And the pff.
Exactly. The defense demands further examination into the truth of the matter.
Mr. Edgeworth!
Yes, Your Honor.
If this court were to examine this further, other witnesses will be necessary. Is the prosecution prepared?
I'm sorry, Your Honor. The prosecution considered the incident at the police department to be unrelated.
Fuck all the way off.
We have not prepared any other witnesses for this incident.
Are they this inept? This has to be on purpose, right? Like,
it's someone in the police station.
Very, very clearly is messing with us all. Congrats on being second ranger. You'll always be the first ranger in my heart. This just might be my chance. Time to call a certain Texas ranger to the stand. And it's Ranger! Oh my god!
Can you take a short break from work and come to the stand, please?
Yeah. You need to like fly over to Germany, come into this room so that you can voice this character that's about to show up. Please. Please.
And please tell us where you were on the 24th of February.
Exactly.
Which year?
2001.
In 2001?
2000. No, wait, 2016. Oh fuck, we're gonna interrogate Chuck Norris? Potentially. I think then the case would be over because nothing can ever happen to Chuck Norris, but still. Walker, Texas Ranger. Exactly. Who would roundhouse kick us?
Mr. Wright, do you mean
Your Honor, the defense would like to request a specific witness.
Oh, whom do you have in mind?
Say the name. Someone we have reason to believe knows the truth. The truth behind the activities that took place in the evidence room.
The prosecution requests to hear this person's name before deciding whether or not to comply.
Very well then, Mr. Wright. This person whom you would have testify. What is his or her name?
I mean, clearly... Oh, it's Jake Marshall. Clearly...
I was close with Johnny.
If you ask me, if this was the kind of game that would allow shortcuts, Danganronpa V3 was awesome in that regard, we should be able to call this douchebag. But let's go with Jake Marshall. Let's call Bruce Goodman to the stand. What are you doing?
Just checking out what they are.
Do you think there's it like hidden code in the numbers?
No, but I was just curious.
It's clearly Jake Marshall.
Thinks he's a cowboy.
Officer Jake Marshall.
Why him?
Because he wears a cool hat. I can't let Edgeworth know everything just yet. He's in charge of the evidence room. I feel we should hear what he has to say.
The prosecution agrees to the defense request. Since he was responsible for guarding the room, we should hear his testimony. Fortunately, he works in a police department. We shouldn't need longer than 20 minutes to prepare.
Very well. The court will take a 30-minute recess while the witness is subpoenaed. Will the prosecution please prepare the witness during this time?
We will, Your Honor.
Court is now in recess.
20 minutes to go pick him up and 10 minutes to brief him on what needs to happen?
Well, they said they needed 20 minutes total to prepare.
Okay, fair. Yeah, okay, I misread that.
Besides, the police station's probably across the street.
Yeah. February 24th, 11:32 a.m. District Court to Phenomenon 2.
Oh, I forgot. Congratulations on your birthday.
It's been my birthday for a long time in Game Tifa.
Yeah, but now it is again today.
I am actively offended by you only bringing that up now.
It's a new day. Or it's the same day on a new day, and therefore making it your birthday again.
Thank you. That's very sweet of you.
You're welcome.
Her piercing gaze. And you redeemed Tifa, sit like a human.
Oh,
thank you.
Gotta move.
She needs it. It's horrible, isn't it? Is this redeem actually help? She went straight back to being a potato.
I'm sitting straight.
Here, I will help her. I'm giving her lumbar support with my hand. Is this redeem actively helping you, Tifa?
Don't think so. Well, I move a tiny bit more. I don't see it.
That's a yes. That's a yes.
But it's not comfy.
Your back is also super warm.
I am really warm.
Now, on screen it kind of looks like Tifa is like a hand puppet. Ventriloquism. If only we had prepared for a moment like this, I wouldn't know what lines to say. Hello everybody, I'm Tifa. I am part of my fair... I can't do it. What? I moved
Sometimes
my arm
you
away.
get a...
I don't think puppets go like... I don't think... what's the guy's name? The one with... silence! I kill you! You know who I mean, right?
Yeah,
But Jeff Dunham.
Jeff Dunham, yes.
I don't think he got famous because his puppets went... I think there was more to it than that. I'm not a ventriloquist.
No,
not
he
in the
got
biz.
famous because his puppets threatened to kill you.
Oh. Usually that lands people in court.
There's no stopping you, is there, Mr. Wright?
Huh? What do you mean?
You called for Jake Marshall. It seems you figured everything out.
I haven't figured anything out.
Yeah, it would be helpful if you start fucking talking.
Bitch!
Lana, you're the one who knows everything.
Thank you, Emma. And even at her tender age.
Emma, you always know everything. Why don't you just tell us?
Mr. Wright is trying his hardest to protect you. I don't recall ever asking for his protection.
How can you be so cold? Don't you trust us? Don't you trust me?
I'm yearning to learn why she's acting like this. What possible knowledge could she be trying to protect that she's doing all of this horse crap?
Maybe they're all threatening to kill Emma.
That's what I'm saying. I hope there's something at the end that will make us go, oh, okay, that's horrible, I understand.
Hope I'm not interrupting anything, Pearls.
As a matter of fact, you are interrupting
Yes.
my announcement to take a short break.
BRB.
BRB.
We're back, is what Tifa's stomach would like you to know too. You okay?
I always have a good timing for that.
That was me doing that with my mouth.
But yeah, we're back.
Please drink something, Tifa.
Cheers, Ranger. Joining you on that.
Look, she can even voice act this line while drinking.
And
that
this one.
We're on a roll.
No, I guess I am. I'll come back later.
Bit late. The moment is ruined already. Aww.
Yeah,
that looks sad.
You don't make it better if you stay. But again, the moment is already ruined. Wait, Detective Gumshoe, what is it? He has the puppy dog look. Like when your dog broke something and they feel really guilty for it and they come back and you look at them like...
They're trying to hide.
Yeah, but...
Got a lot of nerve, Pearl. Make a detective run around, one roll around.
Blah, blah, blah.
Making a detective run all around while on duty. And top it off.
Why? My mind was still full of puppies, I'm sorry.
Puppy.
Fair. I hate you right now, but fair, yes.
And to top it off, you call me here. I've seen happier people at funerals.
Sorry, Detective.
You better be, Pearl. Hey. I didn't see you there, Chief Prosecutor's guy.
That's okay. So, if you brought what I asked?
I like how he went through
I'm
all
freaking
emotions.
hyperventilating.
All emotions while doing that.
I hope Gumshoe never does this again because it's a bit much.
You mean this, right?
My apologies, Detective. Due to my present circumstances, I was forced to use Mr. Wright's name when making my request.
Is that legal? My name.
And how did she while under...
Never in a million years would I have thought it was you who asked me. Could I bother you to bring me the SL9 incident files? Need them by noon. Talk about crazy.
The SL9 incident.
But Lana, that's...
Illegal.
Here's your pizza.
Imagine. You know, when I act
would
like
love to have
this
someone
out of
deliver
my
my
own
pizza.
volition, people will look at me like I'm nuts. My saving grace here is that I was reading the lines. That character is well written. This seemed out of place for Gumshoe, from what we've seen him do so far.
Yeah, a tiny bit
All
honestly.
these characters need to be institutionalized. Unfortunately, yes. Yeah. None of these people should be in the jobs that they currently hold. The only person I would give a pass is Emma, because she's in high school. She's trying to act like an adult. She's what, 16?
The judge also isn't too bad. I mean, in the end, he goes along
The
with-
judge who got literally bribed in front of us with freaking lunch?
I mean, yeah, okay, you have a point.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking that it would have been the same in my situation.
Just because you're bad at this doesn't make other people less bad.
I thought Mr. Wright might need them, so I had them brought here. Here,
You might do well to read them.
Yeah, this looks like a very little amount of information we should cram into our noggins in the next 30 minutes.
You have like 20 minutes left to read these 600 pages. I mean, better get to it.
Easy, no problem.
I can't believe you, the chief prosecutor, were a witness in that case.
Miss Sky was a witness? Files for the Joe Dark killings solved 2 years ago. Is it dark or dark?
It is whatever you want it to be now.
True, I am now the canon. Look at me! Look at me! I am the canon pronunciation of things we have never heard being said out loud now.
Take it from me, you don't want anything to do with serial murders.
Yeah, same.
Oh what? Now that I've brought you this stuff, you're just gonna ignore me?
Emma? But why... Why is your name in here?
What? My name's in there? I don't know. Unless... No, it couldn't be. Lana! This SL9 incident? Is that?
Lana Sky 9. It's Japanese, where the first name and the last name are set in a different order. Family name first, then personal name.
But why would that be the name?
That's the classification number the police filed it under. 2 years ago, the rest of the world knew it as the Joe Dark killings.
Oh yeah, no, that doesn't make sense.
But why is her name in it, and why does she not remember being part of it? Is there some kind of memory loss going on here that we should know about?
It's so that we as the players can witness what has happened through the eyes of Phoenix Wright.
Joe Dark? No, Lana!
Darky.
Now it's dark.
That's over with! No!
Emma, wait! She ran away.
No, you know what? I just remembered I gotta be somewhere.
Yeah, I got a pizza over there.
Gumshoe is like me in these moments, like, this is freaking cringe. I'm out. Like, I don't need to be here.
Oh, wait, sorry, I'm getting I gotta take this. I'm sorry, I gotta call back.
Yeah, sorry, it's my goldfish. I forgot to walk him. Bye.
He's running out of oxygen.
Sorry, pal, but I'm out of here.
Jake Marshall, Angel Starr, Damon Gann, Miles Edgeworth. Not to mention Lana and Emma. Everyone involved in this case is connected to those killings 2 years ago. This can't be just a coincidence.
Objection! Goldfish don't have feet.
Yeah, we put him in a little car and drag him behind us.
Objection! Objection! Take that, I cut through your words. I was saying it so that I didn't have to discuss the finer points of me putting a leash/harness on my goldfish and then putting him in my private pool where I walk around the pool and my goldfish follows. There you go, take that. Semantics.
Why couldn't you just go with we put him in a car?
And the goldfish still doesn't have feet.
That's not the point. The point was that you walked the goldfish. Or that you had to go to walk your goldfish. And then Psycho goes, goldfish don't have feet. And then I go, we put him in a little cart and drag him behind us. So that you still go for a walk with him.
My version was way cuter.
Such an easy save.
Yeah, but I'm channeling my inner lawyer, Tifa. If I don't make it complicated, what do I get paid for by my clients? I'm living my best Phoenix Wright life right now.
I mean, that is true. You get paid by the hour after
Exactly.
all.
More words, more monies.
You have a point.
Knowing you, you just might be able to figure it out. We don't need to figure it out if you just tell us. And then we can go, we got this information from you. We found these items.
Please.
Look, it makes
Lana.
sense.
Tell us. We want to keep you from harm. Please. You dumb bitch. Tell us what's going on. Yes. Read this comment. Please. Why are you like this?
It's so frustrating.
Oh my god.
Oh, I wanted to tell you, but it's time to get back to the trial, Mr. Wright. Best of luck.
So when do I read all these 600 pages?
Not now. Nothing makes sense. Nothing matters anymore. I'd better take a good look at this file. Wait. To be continued, yeah. Listen. Picture this. The doors to the courtroom open, and then Phoenix has like a stack of paper in his hand, and like he's reading it, right? And then the doors open, and everybody has to get inside the courtroom for the trial to continue, right? So he does this. Oh, no, I'm not stalling, Mr. Judge, Your Honor, sir. I pulled my leg during the recess, and I just have to take it easy, you know. Oh,
And
yeah.
then Emma
no,
comes in doing the
I'm
same.
not reading the documentation only now for the first time.
No one here would care, honestly.
He should have brought an extra lunch package to bribe the judge with.
Ribbit.
Exclamation mark, ribbit. There you go. What's your problem? You wouldn't understand. Apparently, that's peak Lana Sky.
Well, Lana's just trying to...
She's just misunderstood.
She knows what our kink is, and she's trying to give it to us. I mean,
Listen,
that has to be it.
I'm against violence, but at what point does your behavior make your lawyer just snap? You know? At what point does he like start throwing things at his client? Like, why are we here? Why am I doing this? Why are you wasting my lifetime? Like, please.
The court will now reconvene for the trial of Miss Lana Sky.
Emma didn't come back.
Allow me to call the next witness to the stand. The officer in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day of the crime.
Lana might be found not guilty for the murder of Bruce Goodman, but she is 100% guilty of bullshittery.
Also, wait. Is he gonna say his name and occupation immediately?
No.
We've had one person who did that so far.
He's gonna do some Western thing again. Yeah. Hiding top secret dogs in your bathroom? That would upset my lawyer if I had one. Pretty much, yeah.
I know it from secret sources that the best place to hide anything is in the bathroom and then in the water reservoir of your toilet.
Yeah, that's what the
where you
gangsters
hide
do
it.
in every movie.
That's where you hide everything.
And
Right?
the only people that ever check that are like the heroes in the action movies, because that's where they hide like guns and their passports and money in their like safe houses.
It's the safest place, honestly. Like, everyone always checks for secret compartments in the ceiling and all of that, but
Check the toilet, basically.
always the toilet.
Secret sources equals Cobalt Society. Talking about kobolds, Tifa, can you check who the kobold today is?
I wonder who that could be.
I mean, it's been long enough, it shouldn't be Ranger anymore, right? Sorry, it's still you, Ranger.
You
What
are
can
the
we
leader.
do? It's RNG.
Witness, please state your name and occupation.
Me, partner. I'm just a man, same as you, wandering the trails of civilization.
There you have it.
Occasionally helping the elderly class across intersections when needed. Yes, we get it.
Oh, I know, you're a patrolman.
He just keeps chugging alcohol, it's cool.
As for my name, if you listen hard enough, you can hear the howling wind calling it out.
This guy's trying so hard. Yeah, there's thunder outside.
Okay, that's what I'm hearing.
Yeah. Or a very heavy tank suddenly invading the area we live in. I think it's thunder.
5 more minutes for your lunch break.
Nice.
You got this. You got this.
Ranger, as long as you're watching this, whenever this guy is on screen, can you please confirm or deny that this is what normal Texan people talk like? You've lived there long enough. Your Honor, the witness is clearly intoxicated. I demand a 3-hour break.
I demand to smell that bottle.
More like 36 hours for this guy to come off whatever he's drinking.
To be exact, it's Jake Marshall, Your Honor. I like how Edgeworth now finally gave up and says it himself.
That's his character development. Instead of getting...
He's learned.
This is a learning moment for all of us. Every one of us, every day in our lives, is dealing with stress of some kind. Edgeworth has found a much healthier way of dealing with this. 99% chance every time so far he asks, name and occupation please. And then they do some crap and he needs to keep pushing them. Now, if he can just avoid the situation, it's an easier life for everybody. We should all strive to be more like Miles, Zen, Edgeworth.
I think I'll pass, but it's okay.
Honestly, it's too clear of language. That's how I know it's a video game. Bless your heart.
Thoughts and prayers.
Howling wind. I've never heard Edgeworth described that way before. He wasn't describing it.
Now, Mr. Marshall, let me ask you something. You were in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day the crime took place. Is this correct?
According to the papers, partner. What do you mean? Desperado's soul is as boundless as the desert sands. No paper can sum it up.
You pretentious fuck. Answer the goddamn question.
He wasn't on his place. That's what he's saying.
Maybe it's best we get on with this quickly. Please share with us your testimony of the day of the crime. In plain old English.
Yes, please.
In the Queen's language, darn it.
Day of the crime. The job was to keep a wary eye on that bone orchard.
Orchard?
On that bone orchard.
I said I was supposed to make rounds 3 times a day, but that ain't my style.
Besides, the room's protected by 2 security systems anyway. If I remember right, I was at a street-side saloon at the time it went down. I'm just an innocent traveling man, so if you're out of ammo, it's time to hit the trail.
Did he just,
Say
in not very
nothing?
plain words, say that instead of doing his job, he was day drinking? Away from his work? Not even just at work, not paying attention and drinking.
Living the dream, no?
For some people, I guess.
I can't say I particularly care for your attitude. I can't say I care for your beard, but you don't see me complain.
What's this? Condemned at
Isn't
the court
this
or
contempt
something?
of court?
That's
Yeah, like, when does he get fined? Please, I want to see that.
I like how only we get to that point, but everyone insulting people, bribing people, threatening people, that's all good. That's all fine.
Also, nobody bats an eyelid that this guy literally has a knife.
I mean,
Right there,
weapons
in
are
court.
allowed in California,
Japanifornia.
in court.
Get your facts straight.
Weapons in Japanifornia are allowed in court. Like, you don't have to hand them in.
Supposedly, yes. Wait a minute. What do you mean by 2 security systems?
The card and the camera?
I mean, the security cameras and my ID card reader. I reckon even a cowpoke like you knows about those.
Yes, well, what about the fingerprint activated locks on the evidence lockers? Oh my god.
Fingerprint activated locks? What kind of newfangled doohickeys are those?
He's not being very helpful. No, we just nailed him.
He's not that good with machines, or with following orders.
We just nailed him. He has no knowledge of the fingerprint things.
Well, we didn't really nail him.
He is the guy who pretended to be Bruce Goodman in the evidence room. And the reason why he was dumb enough to open 2 lockers is because he wasn't even aware that that shouldn't be possible. Therefore, when we press him on that, he will falter and crumble because he has no way of talking himself out of the situation.
But it also doesn't make sense because, yeah, he has his own locker.
No, because he's an officer, not a detective.
No, he had one. He opened one. Which means he has a locker.
Oh wait, yeah, true.
I believe every officer
Yeah.
has its own locker that they also use to store evidence.
Yeah.
But how does he open his own locker if he apparently doesn't even know how it works? I mean, he must know it's fingerprinting then, otherwise
he's lying.
he's probably now lying.
Everyone's got their weaknesses, no doubt, there, Mr. Prosecutor.
I don't have weaknesses.
This one seems like trouble. Okay, Mr. Wright, he's all yours.
Cross-examination, day of a crime. Press him on the thing about him not knowing about the
Have you not
fingerprint. Yes, I guess.
Excuse me, we would not have continued in the previous bit because the things where you were like don't press were the things where the doop doop went off.
First of all, pointing with one finger is my thing. You use 2 fingers.
I used 3 actually.
No, you started with this and then you moved one away. Stop copying me. That's my move. I'm the guy who points. How exactly did you keep an eye on the evidence room?
I just made sure nothing moved in the security camera monitor. That room's so still. Even time dies on there. It's just a caretaker who interred the recordings.
You interred them?
Videos of nothing aren't that useful. When time would come, I'd erase the tape.
Smart.
If nothing unusual is recorded, tapes are to be erased every 6 hours.
Whoopsie!
Oh, nothing happened, so I erased it. Like,
Oh.
how is that safe? Especially after every 6 hours. If it's like after 2 weeks, a month, let's say 30 days, I would fully get it. But after 6 hours, you can literally just kill someone, get rid of everything, delete the evidence, and go like, well, nothing happened
like they
here.
did? Like they did in this case?
Well,
Yes,
the videotape wasn't deleted yet.
I guess, but maybe double check the video with at least one other person? Also,
Each time I'd erase a tape, it felt like I was erasing a part of my life.
this guy has a flair for the dramatic, but it isn't going to do him any good. So, in actuality, you don't physically enter the evidence room. My job is to walk around a place 3 times a day, but I do 0. But you made your rounds on the day of a crime, right?
Ain't you heard a word I said, partner?
I told you that ain't my style. I'm afraid I don't understand.
No desperado I know lets rules get in his way.
No desperados I know join the police force.
So, Officer Marshall, on the day of a crime, just between you and me, I didn't set foot in the evidence room that day.
I guess he's saying it like this to also imply that it wasn't him pretending to be Bruce Goodman.
I guess.
There was a rubber glove stuck in the victim's locker. Do you know anything about that? Sorry, partner, can't say I do. I haven't been in that crypt in weeks.
How does this guy avoid being fired? How do any of these people?
Honestly, he's probably been working there for too long, so they can't fire him. How are
Yeah,
the rules in Japan, California on that?
probably like with most companies here. After a certain point, you're basically inventory and you're unfireable.
How does that work in Japan? I mean, in California, you can be thrown out at every moment, I believe, just as like how you can quit at every
I don't know
moment.
if California is an at-will state where you can terminate at will or be terminated at will.
I think California is, but I don't. How does it work in Japan?
I have no idea. I think, unfortunately, still a large part, especially when this game came out, a large part of Japan's work culture was work till you almost die.
Yeah, but how does it work when it comes to? I'm just gonna assume it's a bit.
Like this, like what
here?
we're witnessing right now,
Yeah,
I
I'm
wouldn't
gonna
know.
assume he's unfireable.
for some reason. You used to be a detective, so you've used the evidence room in the past, correct?
Of course, back in the day, my locker was a goldmine of evidence.
And yet, you didn't know about the fingerprint locking mechanism?
Sorry, partner, I ain't good with machines. I couldn't even tell you how a bike works.
That's quite incredible.
The sensors on the locker's handles cannot be seen. It's well known that some detectives are unaware of their presence.
There we go. Now that he mentions Detective Gumshoe said something like that too.
It's kind of stupid.
Well,
At any rate, it doesn't seem that this is relevant to the crime.
yes it is! Oh my god.
Can you tell us what you were doing when the crime took place?
Well, from his point of view, I can actually get this. This hasn't really been discussed in
Yeah.
a way. Like the locker shouldn't, or how the locker works from his point of view has nothing to do with it. I get that.
Fair enough. don't like where any of this is going. What were you doing in a place like that? I was eating spaghetti. Not even Angel's steak lunches can beat Red Parlour's Vongole sepia pasta.
Do you mean to tell us you abandoned your police duties to eat some noodles?
Not just any noodles.
Not all desperados eat tacos, partner. That's not what I meant. I hope this has at least taught you a lesson.
Of course, I get a call 1 minute before lunch. Lucky it was a quick construction approval. Nice.
Rice time. It would have been funnier if you said taco.
If you
Taco
coincidentally now had said taco time, it would have been hilarious. Yeah. Maybe it's tacos made with or from rice.
That would be funny.
¿Por qué no los dos?
But not too long from your lunch break. Go enjoy it.
Please do.
All of it.
That's strange. This is usually where Atrof says, "Did she not want to race with you?" Does he?
I've never heard him say that, did he?
I think he said that once. Out of ammo, Officer Marshall?
That's right, partner. Or as you'd call it, evidence. If you plan to pin me down to this crime, then you'd better draw. Otherwise, you're just wasting my time. There's still horses waiting to carry me back west into the sunset. One thing seems clear. Despite being responsible for guarding the evidence room, the witness doesn't appear to have seen anything. Texans don't take orders from anyone. Everyone knows that.
Nice generalization there, buddy. Apparently your superiors don't. Okay, I have a trump card up my sleeve, so I'd best keep my cool. Before I use it, though, I'd better up the ante. And we've gone through everything. What's the trump card?
That's a good question.
How about you start by saving?
Blue Badger?
I wish it was the Blue Badger, but I doubt it. Check the record of the cards being used again. Check. Not present.
He's not on it. Oh yes, the 777. The guest card, or was that us?
That's... we don't know that. Wait.
Oh, wait. The Marshal's fingerprints.
First things first.
That's it.
Can we have a look at this? No, we should quickly check that. Incident number SL9. Closed. Perpetrator Joe Dark. Crime, serial murder. Sentence, death. Victims
List of
Edward
names.
Jones. Jason Knight. I want to see if they mean something. Edith Kirby, Rachel Moss, Jeb Bates, Neil Marshall. One of the victims was Jake's brother.
Okay.
Neil Marshall, same last name. Head prosecutors Miles Atrof, witnesses Lana and Emma Sky.
Why does Emma... Well, okay, we're gonna get...
Investigation Task Force. Executive investigators Damon Gant and Lana Sky. Head investigator Bruce Goodman. And investigators Jake Marshall and Angel Starr. Okay, so this
Should you really be allowed to...
Joe Darker person killed a bunch of people. At least one of them meant something to one of the people investigating.
This is why you shouldn't be allowed to
Marshall.
do those cases.
I agree.
When family or something is involved.
Yes. The head investigator was Bruce Goodman. This is the connection with those three being all in on this.
Things were messed up during the thingy. They just wanted to find a murder, I believe they said. Evidence and stuff was forged.
Okay, hear me out. Here's my idea. Damon Gant told the three investigators, Bruce Goodman, Jake Marshall, Angel Starr, that the reason something went wrong there, like I'm imagining, they were on this asshole's trail before the last person died. Before Neil Marshall, like timeline-wise he was the last one, that's why it's on the bottom right. But because of oopsie daisies, miscommunications, they didn't get the murderer on time. And now Damon Gant is telling Goodman, Marshall and Starr, oh well, the reason all of this bullshit happened was because of Lana Skye. I wanted to help all of these innocent people. If it wasn't because of her, we could have saved innocent lives and the soul of your brother Jake. I mean, what could I have done? Maybe we should all do something about this Lana Skye person. So he played them all like chess. Damon Gant is trying to 4D chess these people out of a situation for some reason.
It's going to be a long deadline. Don't think it's going to be like that exactly. But Damon and Jake are in it for something.
I don't have proof, but Gant was the actual serial murderer. Also
It's
not a bad one.
Definitely could also be Gant is the
Yeah.
evil dude. There is no question about this.
Yeah, could be. I mean, if you are the chief, who is gonna look at you twice? You know, because like you are the person in charge. How would you ever do a crime? Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Not very smart, Tifa. We've been here.
I can't skip this.
How about we get to the point where he says that he doesn't know about those locker thingies and then you use the thingy.
Yeah, but that was not on the...
It's here. Besides, rooms protected, blah blah blah.
Yeah, but the handprint is on the locker, not at the fingerprinting. It's like on a door.
Wait, where's the thing where he says that he wasn't in the room ever that day?
Yeah, that's what I was looking for.
Here. I was supposed to make rounds 3 times a day, but that ain't my style. This is him saying I never even went in. I guess.
Percent. Well, let's try here. Percent.
Like present. And you're wrong. Load. Never happened. Nobody saw that. Okay. I guess
Protected.
it's the last one. With a, you don't have any ammo.
Or this one.
No. Doesn't Marshall wear gloves all the time? The handprints on the lockers are full handprints. He has these fingerless gloves.
That is true, but we actually checked. Yeah, but I mean, it was a full hand. But we checked the fingerprints to the database, and this is actually his.
So yes, he does have these fingerless gloves. So like this part of a print could be like a smudge, but the fingerprints would still work. Yeah. Officer Marshall, doesn't it strike you as odd? That is you being called in to testify like this? After all, you weren't in the security room at the time of a crime. Then you dragged me down here. Explain yourself, partner. It's quite simple. You left a very large trail behind at the scene. Or, to be exact, a handprint.
This isn't real good, partner. Like I said, I'm the caretaker of the crib. I pay my respects and just make my rounds about once a month.
Did he just say that out loud? Oh my god.
If you can't fire him, he can say whatever the fuck he wants.
It's only natural my fingerprints would be in where...
This was fresh.
I only wish it were, officer. But you see, your fingerprints were covered in blood. Exactly on a
beating
psycho.
attempt.
That's a cool poncho he's wearing, man.
Witness! What's the meaning of this? Your bloodstained fingerprints were at the crime scene.
The blood was wiped away. However, a luminol test clearly revealed this. Psh, psh, internally. Well, Officer Marshall?
It seems to me there ain't a person in this room with a head on his shoulders.
I take it you have an explanation then, Officer Marshall. About the blood-stained fingerprints?
Very well, you may begin your testimony about your fingerprints. Found at the scene of a crime.
Here we go.
Round 2. Fight! Like I said, it's only natural for my fingerprints to be in that evidence room. One of them just happened to be at the same place as the bloodstained handprint. The murder attached the locker where my fingerprint was by chance. The bloodstain and the fingerprint are completely unrelated.
Is that how it works? I don't think so.
No, didn't you know that the murderer was wearing gloves? See, I had nothing to do with it.
How does he know the murderer wore gloves?
The witness's explanation appear valid, although there is room for doubt. Life wouldn't be fun without any doubt, partner.
No, seriously, how does he know about the gloves?
First of all, why would you say that if you are giving testimony? Like,
if I ever get arrested for murder,
just be this prick.
I'm just gonna go like, oh, I have been here and I have touched all of these things, and the murderer just happened to also touch the places I have touched, and that's why that handprint of mine is there.
Really?
Right now.
The murderer put his bloody hands on the same place like Marshall's hands?
Do you know how often this happens? This happens all
In
the
a
time.
matching angle.
All the time, I'm telling you.
Technically, statistically possible, but so ridiculously, laughably unlikely. No.
Even if that is possible, I don't think you can still get a clear fingerprint.
This is what I'm saying. It's a room of a finite size, and with infinite amount of times, every single place and every single angle will get touched. But the chances of that happening are so insanely low that will never fly in court. Remember that steamed ham episode of The Simpsons? That made more sense than this.
I don't think I do, actually.
I vaguely do, because it's been too long. But yeah, no, nothing here makes too much sense. But we need to prove all of this beyond reasonable doubt.
What a weird coincidence. Mattenard remembers all the cases where this happened before.
Look, everybody. Ah, what a weird case. Now our fingerprints matched.
Oh no, mine changed because it has yours on it.
Oh no, I just 2 weeks ago had an accident where I burned my fingertips and now I don't have fingerprints. Sorry.
All 10 of them.
Plus my toes, just in case. I also shaved my head, plucked my eyebrows, and had my beard lasered away.
And all of my teeth got smashed in.
Yes.
Like, it was this freak accident where I ran into a pole.
And I wore this full body latex costume, so, you know.
The defense may now cross-examine the witness.
This guy is hiding something, I can feel it. Now's my chance to prove it.
There we go.
Also, I'm sorry, but it's really nasty to me that he just keeps like shaving everywhere. Like, I know it's just hair, but to leave it everywhere is like... If I had a nickel for every time I was framed for murder because a murderer put the bloody handprint right where my handprint already was, I'd be rich. Insane, no? How that just happens sometimes.
Yeah. I also have a habit of like touching everything on every surface. So
in every angle?
With every angle.
With every finger and both hands?
So it also increases the chance of this actually happening. Because my fingerprints are everywhere.
Every time I go outside, I make sure that I have a small pair of scissors with me. And I keep plucking hairs. And I keep cutting little bits and pieces of my hair to just fall where I walked. You know, just in case I ever need to find out the way back, I just follow my own DNA trail.
Honestly, in the house, I can't follow your DNA trail. You're starting to lose hair again. You have so much hair.
I shed hair like a husky does. Yeah, it's actually annoying. Let's press him. Press him like an orange. That's because you... How did you put it? Pay your respects once a month?
Yeah, that's right. That and one more thing. That locker happens to be mine. What do you mean? I mean what I said.
Wasn't that one is?
That's the locker I used when I was a detective. The locker I still use. All that's in there now, though, is a heap of broken dreams.
I see.
It'd be strange if my prints weren't all over that locker.
Apparently his fingerprint data was never removed from that locker's programming. That sounds like a normal IT thing in corporate, actually. Like, if you don't need the locker for somebody else, don't touch the system. Why go through the trouble?
If everyone has a locker.
Yeah, why clear one out? He must have been using the fingerprint lock all this time without ever knowing it. Updated. Okay. So then, what about the bloody handprint?
Wasn't mine, it's no mystery. Please explain! My locker is covered with my fingerprints. It just so happened.
Oh, never sure.
Well, it's so flimsy he doesn't need many words. The chances of that happening are 1,000,000 to 1.
But not non-existent.
Exactly.
On the contrary, one could argue just the opposite. The chances of that not...
Can you be a bit faster?
The chances of that not happening are 1,000,000 to 1. Get one thing straight, partner. You ain't gonna get no reward from me with a mere fingerprint. You wanna know why? I'm badass.
However, unrelated.
They're as different as night and day. Kinda like cereal and cereal. One's got to do with breakfast, while the other's a type of murder. He's right! Although seemingly alike, they're totally different.
Stop agreeing with him.
I don't see what homonyms have to do with this.
And this is the last one.
Why would the murderer just touch lockers with bloody hands and then wipe it?
Well, maybe
because
he lost
there was
his
a fight.
footing.
There was a fight. He was stumbling and he used his hand to support himself while walking through it.
Yeah, he lost his footing, got injured, like maybe needed a moment. I mean, that's...
I'm fully on your side, Psycho. 100 trillion%, but I'm pretty sure that would be the explanation.
I mean, that explanation is one that makes sense, at least. Especially after a fight, you might need a moment.
Yeah. How do you know that?
Maybe a loner, but I still do my job. I keep up on the reports.
No, you don't do your job.
We can argue about this.
Instead of checking the evidence room 3 times a day, you do it once a month.
He does part of his job.
There was a bloodstain at the scene, thought to be left by the murderer.
That's right. It was found in Detective Gumshoe's locker.
However, no fingerprints were detected on that handprint.
Oh yeah, I think we tried that too.
So that would mean the murderer wearing gloves happened to place their hand on top of Officer Marshall's fingerprint. That's the only logical conclusion. I'm starting to get the picture, partner.
The picture.
This seal of blood in the desert is just food for buzzards. There's only one reality, and that's this.
The security tape.
So long as my trail isn't in there, you can't say otherwise.
Oh, and now we get to his locker was opened because the thing stuck out, and therefore his trail is in that evidence.
Potentially, yeah.
This isn't getting us anywhere, Mr. Wright. Please consider carefully where you're going with this cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now then, continue your testimony, Officer Marshall.
That's new. Press him on that.
Too bad it wasn't me in that video, eh, partner?
What do you mean by that?
You're the tie me to this crime, isn't that right, partner? If so, that video is the only direct evidence you have.
But that video is next to useless. It's full of blind spots.
Blind spots?
Places you can't see. The camera's panning back and forth. The floor isn't shown. No. If someone was familiar with the camera's position, they could leave the room without being caught on tape. Like the guy whose job it is to watch that video feed.
We don't have time for your speculations, Mr. Wright.
How is that speculations? That's logic. You are being paid to watch a screen with the camera panning all day. Of course you know how it's panning.
Come on.
Well, Mr. Wright, if you can show us evidence in this video that indicates Officer Marshall was present, please do so now.
Guess we show evidence. Very well. Allow me to point out your mistake, Officer Marshall.
Tread carefully, Mr. Wright, or you might wind up being the one making the mistake.
I don't even see where we would point that at.
Now then, let's have another look at that video.
Why, we point at his locker.
Show us this incriminating evidence of a witness. Officer Jake Marshall.
Fast forward. How do I pause again?
Not yet.
Yeah, but I need to know the button.
They're on the screen, Tifa, also.
Yeah, that's why I asked.
Thingy.
Not yet. Actually, let's just watch it. Let me go back.
Wait, I think. Wait. No, not this. That guy. This is my favorite part. Yeah, fine. Hello, T. How you doing? Happy Friday. And... no, too early. Backspace. There. Because
Right
it's
at the
been
end.
open now, you moron.
How are you doing, T? Present.
Take it.
In this case, I feel like it shouldn't be pointing like this, but like this. Bringing our attention back to the security camera. Is a mistake I'm afraid you'll soon not forget, Officer Marshall.
Days are short in Texas,
And so are our tempers. Could you sum up what you have to say in 8 words or less?
You can't even do that yourself.
Also, is he threatening us? Our tempers are short in Texas. Very well. You can clearly be seen in this video.
Oh, thank you. Good. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to you as well. What are your weekend plans?
Point with one hand, flip the bird to Officer Marshall. I'll be like this.
But my other hand is busy.
Yeah.
And I can't do it with the left.
in exactly 8 words. Not bad, partner.
The key lies in a certain locker shown in the video.
There we go. Wait. Wow, he's not even fully showing the video again.
Thank God. How often do we need to see the same video
A
from
lot.
start to end? Like,
I'm confused now because I didn't see the rest of the video.
if I don't see at least 30 seconds of Blue Badger footage, I cannot concentrate. It's like my heroin. Not much. My
part
boyfriend
of
is
it.
super busy with work lately, so I let him know Twig and I would be using his pool all summer. Nice. I mean,
That's a really good deal, honestly.
sorry you can't spend more time with a boyfriend, but you can spend more time with a pool. So,
The pool picture you shared yesterday, I think it was kind of cool. It's like this action shot
Yes.
just before Twig hits the water. Perfect timing.
it looked really cool.
That's a nice pool, by the way. I wouldn't mind getting a pool like that either.
That locker with a white cloth sticking out. That was the witnesses, I believe. Now then, let's rewind the video a bit. Oh, please don't. Yay, Blue Badger. Also, question. The Blue Badger holding that club-like thing in its right hand. Is that supposed to visualize police brutality?
No.
Like police, first we dance, then we clobber you.
No, it's an easier way to get people through.
It's a happy stick. Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly. It's to make happiness happen.
The moment it connects to your face, you feel ecstatic.
The police officer does. Not all cops are evil. Just too many of them.
Oh, the white cloth, it's gone! What's the meaning of this, Officer Marshall?
When the crime took place, the white cloth wasn't there. Then it suddenly appeared. There's only one explanation. I will beat the happiness into you if you disagree. Way too often, unfortunately.
That was a spoiler for me. Well, if you haven't played this game and you now
Yes.
watch us, it is a spoiler for you.
Yes, if you're interested in experiencing Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney for yourself, unspoiled, exactly. Yes, or if you have played through them and you want to debate with us, that's cool, but please avoid spoilers. Basically. ACABB. All cops are Blue Badgers.
That would be kind of cool, actually.
Modern art, I would argue the world might not be a worse place.
think the world would definitely be a better place if we all had a blue badger in every street corner.
Imagine if all altercations everywhere were resolved through dance-offs.
Don't forget, it needs to be with the music
Yes.
that we heard during the video on the loudest setting, blasting through speakers.
Tifa, you are describing
Not for the dance-off,
part
like in
of
general, regardless.
Danganronpa Ultra Despair Girls. Please stop. Wasn't that a part of it where they were blasting music to make people go crazy?
This wouldn't make you go crazy. It's beautiful
Yes, it
music.
Oh no, I'm undulating! No! Basically, right. I played this back on the 3DS, so I kinda remember. How did you like it back then? Officer Marshall, you were in the evidence room at the time of the crime. What's more, you opened your locker when the camera was turned away.
Dum, dum, dum.
Order! Order! It would seem that's the only... Hold your horses. Sorry, partner, but you got the wrong man. So what if my locker was open? That doesn't mean I'm the one who opened it.
Oh, now comes the he actually doesn't know about the... Wait, have you ever seen him front-faced? I think this is the first
only
time
with
he
his head down.
actually looked at us.
Yeah. I loved it. This and Trauma Center were my thing. Tifa,
Oh,
thank you for reminding me of that.
Trauma Center.
I want to stream one of those with you.
Trauma Center.
Yeah.
But I think I sort of remember what it looks like and stuff at least.
Oh my god, it's so good. That's a good idea. And they get crazy at the end. Some of them at least do.
Let me very
I want to
quickly
check
put
at
this
some
in.
point when we cleared out our current schedule if people are interested watching us play Trauma Center, because I think I would love to play one of those. At least one.
I might have, actually I'm
No
not fully sure. I would leave that open.
A blue badger on each street corner just dancing into the void until it detects violence happening. Then it goes into Robocop mode and beats the corners with its happiness stick.
Be happy! Cause happiness!
Undulate, you piece of shit! Yes.
You gotta admit though, the world would look better if that is the case.
I mean, yeah, potentially.
I mean, you wouldn't risk it, would you?
No.
Or do you want to meet the happiness stick?
Huh? Do ya, punk? Oh god, I still have nightmares about one of the puzzles from one of the Trauma Center games. I've seen speedruns of those. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
We can have a look, because after this trial, I don't think I want to go directly into another Ace
break
Attorney.
from Ace Attorney after this one, yeah. This case is long. Long.
So we do need something else, I think, after this at least.
I have one short backup game. We can discuss this when the time comes.
Yeah, we're probably not even halfway through, it feels like.
The murderer needed to hide something, so he opened the locker and stuck it in. That's not my fault, he happened to choose mine.
You idiot! It's
sounds to you, eh?
fingerprint accessible.
He doesn't know.
It's been explained multiple times.
Yeah, and like he said, he doesn't know anything about machines or how it works. So you can tell him it's a fingerprint locker and he still won't know what a fingerprint locker is.
Okay, listen. He's just a cowboy.
Exactly.
No, listen.
He's
There's
a Lone
one thing
Ranger.
he has in common with another Texan I know. He is using the Ranger tactic of argument. Because Ranger also does the same thing, except Ranger does it for comedic purposes. You would explain it to him, because that's not the case. So everybody explains to Jake Marshall, it needs a fingerprint to open, and then he goes, no it doesn't, because I don't understand how it works. That doesn't change the facts.
Yes, it does.
He doesn't live by the rules of society, like fingerprints and whatnot.
Yeah, exactly. How did a tech-illiterate cowboy get in charge of cameras? Oh, I forgot. Yeah, because they had to keep him on the force somehow.
He got
but
demoted.
Yeah.
They probably didn't have anything else for him.
They couldn't fire him.
Well, I would think the better place would be like traffic control or something like that.
When he just leaves to eat noodles and comes back once a month.
Traffic will sort themselves. That's why he's perfect there.
Doubt it.
It's the right of who goes first.
Look at this smug shit-eating grin. Because you are a moron. Why is everyone staring at me like I'm a wanted man? Did Tifa just say that traffic will sort itself? Yes. Can you tell that Tifa doesn't have a license? Tifa, if traffic would sort itself, why do you think we have traffic lights?
In a situation where just one is turned off or something, it will sort itself. It's the battle of who goes first. Like, you got it there. Like, you know what I do when all traffic lights are out and cars are just going all over the place? I just start walking and cross.
Please don't do that. Please don't just do it. No.
Like, it's when you're in Asia, you just gotta go.
It's all a big conspiracy. Big traffic light has us all fooled.
The government wants you to wait at the lights to waste your time.
Have I seen videos of traffic in, for example, India, in places where they don't necessarily use traffic lights? Yes. And every time I see videos of lots of people anywhere in the world driving in different directions, I get anxious inside. I watch it and it scares the crap out of me.
Those literally are like, what the fuck?
You know these those special effects they use in the, what's the movie series called? Final Destination? Where somebody is in a situation, suddenly they see their own death. That's what I see, but for other people.
You've walked through a few of those streets though, even though I had to drag you through it. And that was in Rome back then.
Yeah.
There you also just go straight through. I had to drag him over the streets. The best thing in these situations, don't take too much traffic advice from me, is to walk like you own the road.
Unfortunately, there are some places in the world where for some reason everybody living there decided if you want to cross the street, you just go.
Because no one will wait for you.
Avoid the cars.
You will stand there for half a day and you still could not get through.
And it should be different.
Yeah, but it's not.
But that's not the point. But my point is it should be different. Just because, yes, you have to do that in some places, because again, that's just how they do it there, doesn't mean it should stay like this. I said what I said, Italy, and everywhere else. I was driving a scooter in Berlin last year, it was actually fine. Yeah, I mean,
in Germany you don't really have that problem, I think.
There are places everywhere, especially when the traffic lights break down, where chaos ensues.
Yeah.
It sucks, and it shouldn't be like this. This guy isn't just playing dumb.
Tried to ride one of those motorized scooters in San Francisco and got off after like 2 minutes because there were just too many people thinking traffic will sort itself. Yeah, honestly, exactly. I wouldn't be able to drive or anything there either.
Scooting from the Brandenburger Tor was great. Did you enjoy the scenery opening up before you?
That must be nice. Isn't it always like really busy there? Can you actually like scoot through there?
I don't know. I do not know that.
I've no clue. But yeah, it's like whenever we like visit Amsterdam, or when I used to visit Amsterdam when I still lived
in Amsterdam also,
to
traffic does not sort itself out despite the traffic lights.
Yeah, exactly. But especially in the inner city,
it's way too busy.
Cycling is possible, but it's absolutely horrible.
It's
even though
dangerous.
That's more because of tourists. 99% of tourists that decide to go cycle through Amsterdam have no clue how to ride a fucking bike or where to cycle or how to act on a bicycle.
This doesn't even have anything to do with Amsterdam specifically.
True.
If you're going to a place and you choose your means of transportation, I understand why you would choose a way of transport that seems most convenient or entertaining to you. But please keep in mind that when you are a part of traffic, you're also responsible for the safety of other people. This is a good example. People go to the Netherlands like, it's the country of cycling. And that's true. You can get bikes everywhere. Everybody cycles. That's super nice. It's awesome. Yeah. It's actually awesome. They have like bicycle highways. It's super cool. You can get anywhere by bike. But if you are not confident in your ability to cycle in very busy intersections, consider not doing it.
If I would
Please.
cycle there, I would also after 2 minutes go like, yeah, you know what? I'm walking.
Yeah,
Fuck this shit.
same. I'm not made for that. No.
I wouldn't feel safe doing that either.
Also, yes, you can do that at the Brandenburger Tor. I'm speaking English German. At the Brandenburg Gate, aka Brandenburger Tor, when the weekend was relatively empty. Nice.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Berlin as a capital, though, is quite nice, I have to say. If you like compare it to London or Paris, it's so much quieter in general
It's
if you
the
go there.
greenest capital city in Europe, actually.
Yeah.
Still, this guy isn't just playing dumb. He really doesn't know.
Yeah.
I hate to rain on your parade, but you're the only person who can open that particular locker.
Oh yeah, I call you bluff.
We're not bluffing, you doofus.
You say I opened that locker. Now prove it.
It's literally the locker itself.
Wait, do we have anything else?
Evidence
there.
locker. Only the assigned detective's prints can unlock it.
Wait,
We-
now he realizes there's a fingerprint sensor?
We have argued in an entire circle for like 10 minutes because this guy refuses to acknowledge reality. How? If I was a lawyer,
I think he only now starts to realize
I would
the
charge
the
extra.
censor bit.
I would charge extra for dealing with idiots like this one.
The fingerprint sensor.
We talked about this earlier today.
He didn't understand the meaning.
The lockers can only be opened by the detectives they belong to. This is like trying to explain the internet to my grandparents.
What kind of crazy talk is this?
Well, Detective Gumshoe did mention something about this.
Yeah, locks aren't obvious, they don't know.
So, Sheriff, what do you have to say? In 8 words or less. Why would you go for the same joke?
How can you be a
Oh,
detective
oh,
without
oh.
knowing how fucking fingerprints work? Well, I think he knows how fingerprints work. Oh, just not how the lockers work with it.
I've only got one word for you, partner. No!
That was my manliest, cowboyiest no.
Order! 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 Witness! Explain yourself! If this is a joke, it's the worst I've ever heard.
I assure you this is no joke, Officer Marshall. Now then, please tell us what you were doing in the evidence room at the time of the crime. That's beef jerky he's eating, right? It's not just part of his outfit?
Where does the beef jerky come from?
His inside pocket.
Is that really that chewy and hard to break?
It can be. What?
Is ole something? Yeah, but is it something cowboys use?
Olay! Please, answer the question!
Andale, andale. What is he now, a bullfighter? Earlier we were saying like nobody here deserves to have the jobs that they do. All of these people are just trying to somehow process the reality around them. They seem like they're mad, they seem like they're crazy. They are just trying to cope, honestly.
Well,
That's alright, Officer Marshall. I believe we can figure the rest out from here.
We can!
Have a look at these floor plans. There's no place for someone to hide in the evidence room. Yet, Officer Meekins didn't see Officer Marshall.
If that's so, then where was the witness?
It seems Mr. Wright has an answer.
That's right. The only possible conclusion.
Well then, let's hear it!
Where was Officer Marshall at the time of the crime?
there.
Wait.
Oh wait, who's
Wait.
Meekins and who is the victim?
Meekins is the victim.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can tell you where he was. He was here.
Why would he be there? So
Because
there
that's where the camera is. The camera is in this corner and it's panning.
Meekins didn't see him. Meekins was looking right at him. If he was standing there.
Wait, what was the question?
Where was Marshall standing? Aren't we gonna go with Marshall is the one pretending to be Goodman? Which means he's the K?
Yeah, there. Oh, now I get it. Okay, so I was thinking something else.
It was this third person.
I was thinking we're already talking about how did he get past the camera without being seen. Like that, yeah. That turns you invisible. Wait,
I'm
where
not
did
the
Tifa
Marshall.
go? Wait.
I'm the Badger. Standing in the corner. I'm the new design.
He could have also gotten behind the Badger.
I mean, reality broke down enough to confuse Jack.
Can you blame me?
I was so confused when you took away my mug.
Wait. Do you think Marshall was hiding underneath the camera because it's just going left and right? Or did he hide behind the Badger? So he was dancing along.
That's more realistic. Also, the camera wasn't even in the corner. It was looking straight at the Badger who was standing in front of the lockers.
Pitch pot. Officer Marshall was standing right here.
So Officer Meekins didn't notice him standing there.
No!
It's almost as credible as Meekins' warp theory. Jam is empty, partner. Better reload.
Marshall on the far left.
What?
No?
How? If it's not Goodman, if he was not acting as Goodman, then he was actually hiding there? What the fuck?
Now they're ganging up on me.
Perhaps you'd think a little more about where Officer Marshall was.
Wait, the V stands for victim, right?
First thing we're gonna do is save. The fuck, we proved Marshall was there.
Marshall on the far left.
That's what I was thinking. That's what I'm thinking too.
No, you said far right, not far left.
Far left is the entrance. It's the door.
I don't think so.
Officer Meekins should have seen him in the evidence room. That means the only place he could have been would be... But he did see him! He was disguised! What are we talking about?
He's the other one. Oh wait, Meekins walked in on him. So this is K is Meekins and V is Marshall. What is the V in the key? K even
The
K,
what?
even K.
Why are you
even
speaking
stands
Dutch
for-
suddenly? V and K, not V and K. Officer Marshall was standing right here.
We flipped them around. I thought it was the V for victim.
Yes, and I was thinking the victim in this situation was Meekins.
Yeah, I thought the same. Because, you know, the pretender was not a victim.
The pretender.
That was
perpetrator.
That was a good series, The Pretender.
I don't remember much of it, but I remember watching it and liking it by then.
It was really good.
There, but that's where the victim Detective Goodman was.
Correct. Unless the man wasn't Detective Goodman.
Okay, so we were correct, we just mixed them up.
Behind the cutout in the corner, next to Marshall's locker, apparently. I believe the victim in the video is Officer Marshall.
Behind the fishing pole.
Yes, he was standing sideways because he was still two-dimensional. It was you, dressed up like Detective Goodman.
But that's Prosperitus.
What?
Preposterous! Preposterous!
Sorry, what?
Preposterous!
Prosperous.
I'm not sure how I even read that.
What? What's a Prosperitus?
I have no clue.
Is that a type of dinosaur?
Somehow I read the first three letters and then the last and then it didn't work.
But that's Propospus. But that's hippopotamus.
Puppy!
Yeah, remember me earlier? How could you get that so wrong, Jack? But that's proletariat.
I had the first three letters correct.
I feel like it's 100 degrees in here. I'm sweating. I'm confused. Preposterous sounds like a new Pokemon. But that's prosperous. No one uses that word anymore. Oh my god.
It's like after
this is giving me
posturous.
hiccups. This stuff coming out of her mouth is giving me hiccups. One sec. Okay, I think I'm good.
You good? You really good?
But that's preposterous! Officer Meekins witnessed the detective at the crime scene. Once he saw the man's face, he'd know for sure.
Which he hasn't.
And now Meekins comes in. But I didn't see the face, sir.
It's pretty fast, that's one. No. I need to steal your water.
I hope we never change, Tifa. May I pre-pass us all? May I point out, though, that Officer Meekins did not know Detective Goodman.
Objection! That's preposterous, Your Honor.
That's a prostate. He also testified about the man's reaction when confronted.
When he entered, he asked him to show his cards.
If only there was a character we know who is kind of fishy right now and who has a knife. Something about the officer's story puzzled me. If a man had his ID card, why didn't he just show it?
Yes, he would have needed it to enter the evidence room, so he must have been carrying it.
The answer is simple. He couldn't show it. As you can see, Detective Goodman's picture is on this card.
Oh, I get it!
If he showed that, his cover would have been blown. Officer Meekins would have realized the man wasn't Detective Goodman. Do you have anything to say to this, Officer Marshall?
You've got quite an imagination, partner. We've got a term for that. It's called circumstantial evidence.
Or as Tifa would call it,
circumcision evidence.
Oh, I was gonna say circumcised, but I needed to be sure.
Tifa is just trying to cut it short.
That's a good one.
Circumstantial evidence. He's still denying it.
You're gonna have to do better than that to break a detective. Well, unless you have hard evidence proving you're dressed up as a victim.
How about we still talk about the locker thing? How are you going to explain that? We already got you.
Yes.
Can't say that I particularly care for your uncooperative disposition. I can't say I care for your bird, but you don't see me complaining.
You've
have
said
nothing
that
else.
before. Come up with something new.
Well, Mr. Wright, do you have any evidence proving beyond a shadow of a doubt that Officer Marshall dressed up as the victim?
How much more do we need?
Logic in my video game? At my tender age? Well, who am I kidding? I don't have anything like that. When is a murderer cooperative? You have a point there, Dima.
That is very true, actually.
I can see the fear in your eyes, partner. It seems you're the one who couldn't take the desert heat.
I like how we're now completely ignoring that he was in that room, that he opened the locker, which means that he was actually standing there, and now we just jump to another bit and it's like, ha, you can't catch me. This absolutely didn't happen.
The problem is that technically the prosecution, if I'm correct in my law knowledge, has to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that the person they want to get is the person who did it. I think we have very much proven that nobody other than this person could have been in that room because of the locker.
Yeah, but then how about we jump back to the locker bit, let him get stuck on that, because obviously he can't talk himself out of it.
Because moving the goalpost is a national sport in Japanifornia.
That's very true.
Yuck, this can't be happening. It's so obvious he's the one. What can I do? Is he gonna help us?
It looks like your lack of experience has finally been exposed. I'll pass on to you what someone told me when I was just starting out. When you've run into a wall with no place to go, return to the basics.
The basics. Okay, so let's channel Mia Fey.
As a matter of fact.
Oh my god, I didn't even look at the screen, no! For me, that would be what Mia used to tell me.
Try thinking outside the box. Which is literally what we've been doing this entire chapter, because nothing about this episode is in the box.
I shouldn't look for proof that Officer Marshall was in disguise. But rather I should look for evidence that came about because he was in disguise.
Why do you think this locker was opened in the first place?
What do you mean?
There's no reason for Officer Marshall to open his locker at the time of the crime. Yet he did, despite the chance it might be discovered later as it has been.
Is Edgeworth literally helping us right now? Which means he didn't originally plan to open his locker.
According to the defense's argument, Officer Jake Marshall dressed up as Detective Goodman at the time of the crime. Then after the crime was committed, he opened his own locker for some unknown reason.
The outfit of Goodman is in there.
The fact...
I'm right with you.
The fact that a white cloth is sticking out of the locker seems to indicate that he opened it in order to put the cloth inside.
That's the disguise.
So, just what exactly is this piece of cloth?
Perhaps the video is the key to all our unanswered questions. We don't have any evidence, so the video is my only shot.
Let's watch it again.
The son of a CEO became a 3D animator and he put the video together. That's why the producers for the game had to make you watch it 5 trillion times.
Very well, let's take yet another look at the security tape.
After this, let's find a good place to save, because I'm done for today.
After committing the crime, the witness opened the locker to put away the white cloth. Please show us why the witness had to open this locker.
Ding, 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 ding. Okay, it's not the jacket that's there. Gloves fall out.
It's the outfit.
Yeah, but is that something we need to point out now?
It's his outfit.
I mean,
he dressed
I agree.
up as Bruce Goodman, went in there, did the thing, and because when he went outside again, he couldn't be Bruce Goodman anymore, he just took off his coat and the hat squished it in there.
I agree, but is that why we really have to rewatch the video?
Well, what do you have to say to that?
Alright, partner. You really want to know the reason I had to open my locker?
Why?
So it's the view in there.
After I cut you into pieces with my happiness stick.
Huh?
I'm sure the world would be a better place if you sent off to the boneyard.
I was pretty close.
Did he just threaten to kill us? Or did he imply that killing Phoenix Wright is a good thing? Because I'm pretty sure that should be problematic right now.
Well, I don't think it is. Obviously it's allowed.
Unfortunately, unsolved cases can't be stored in the evidence room.
Wait,
What? My stomach disagrees too.
we were wrong.
Now I'm an unsolved case?
How is this not content of the
Something
court?
went wrong in that evidence room. That's why Marshall had to open his locker. The unexpected event itself is the reason. Oh my god. The unexpected event, them fighting.
Maybe get blood on it. Okay, let's watch the full video once more.
Oh my god.
After the crime was committed, he opened his locker. But why?
Yeah, this is just the intro to what we need to do. We're going through the whole part again. Oh my god. Why couldn't we just go back to the video game?
There's
Don't make
also
us do
the
the talk of
same-
shame.
There's also the same code there, I believe. Is that
No,
a code?
that's some stuff laying around. Fast forward, please. Here. I'm guessing the thing they're talking about is the altercation between the two.
Also, why does Meekins already walk in like he's gonna fuck him up? Oh, there. Shit, how do I go back?
You look at the screen, you
Yacht.
press the button, it says. And there.
Ah, no.
Tifa, please!
Stress! Stress!
The blood on his shoulder.
Yeah.
E. Present, Tifa. For some reason, you disguised yourself as Detective Goodman and entered the evidence room, though I don't know to what end, yet.
Yet?
However, something unexpected happened. Officer Meekins barged in on you. When asked to show your ID card, you pulled a knife on him. However, Officer Meekins panicked, and the white coat you were wearing was soiled with blood.
A bloody white coat!
You couldn't just walk out like that, so you hid the coat in your locker.
Not bad, partner.
You know what's absolutely just crazy to me? All of this could be solved if we could just ask one of the people working here in the court to run over to the police place and open the locker and make sure that what we believe is in there or not. It's that easy.
Even then, do a DNA test on it. I'm sure there's at least one of his hairs on there with how often he's shaving himself.
Yeah. Should be. Probably, yeah.
Now then, Officer Marshall, are you ready to tell us the truth? Looks like I underestimated you all.
Isn't that enough already? He's literally saying he's lying to us, that he's underestimating us, and he needs to change his story again.
I hope you're happy now, Mr. Edgeworth. 2 years ago, if you're only half as persistent then as you are today, we all wouldn't have to be here now, would we?
Officer Marshall, tell the court what you did. All of it.
Alright. Seems the time has come.
On a safe here?
No, I want to know why. I can't sleep otherwise. Nobody can. We finally get answered.
You're not finally gonna get answers.
Give me that keyboard you
It's
hate.
just another testimony.
Marshall's
As if he's gonna tell the truth. He's not going to.
I had to do it that day. I couldn't just stand by and let it die. I stole the detective's ID and dressed like him. I planned to take out the evidence. I wasn't expecting Officer Meekins. I knocked him out. I managed to escape.
Or maybe it is.
I knew which areas wouldn't be caught on the camera. There wasn't any murder in the evidence room at 5:15.
There we go. We still don't know why.
There's still no explanation, nothing.
So the supposed victim was really you?
But there's one thing I still don't understand. Traces of a large quantity of blood were found on the floor of the evidence room. If no one was murdered, then how could that be?
Officer Meekins managed to cut his own hand. My guess is he's the donor.
They didn't even check whose blood it was.
It was way too much blood for such a small donation. Wait, are we now implying there's even more to this? I mean, depending on where you get a cut on your hand, you would be bleeding quite profusely. But... This game.
I have no clue.
This freaking game.
I do
Save.
like how he now admitted to it, but he also didn't admit to anything, really. Like, he admitted to doing this, but not to being the murderer or setting things.
Yeah.
It's confusing.
Also, I had to do it. I couldn't just let it die. Why? I keep asking myself this.
Very small progress steps.
Let me double check something.
I mean,
I can tell you we are almost done with this part of the trial.
huh, well, that's
Looking at the bullet points in the walkthrough.
Egg dog.
Egg Dog is one of the best emotes. Egg Dog is amazing. If one of you doesn't know what Egg Dog is, please go to YouTube later and put in Egg Dog and then watch all the videos you find. Egg Dog is amazing.
Egg dog
Almost
is great.
as amazing as Hideo Benjima. Hello Benjima.
You
happy
finished the book?
No.
Of course not.
No.
We
This
are still, I would say, 2 to 3 weeks in.
This extra
maybe 2
DLC episode seems to be almost as long as the entire first 4 episodes.
The kind of feels like it, no?
Crazy.
It's really long.
I mean, part of that is why, like, part of that for us is because it seems way more confusing and convoluted. With us, like, didn't we one day effectively only get like 2 minor advancements in the story in like 2 hours? Because we kept running around not understanding what we needed to do.
We spent like 1 hour backtracking.
Yeah.
Before we actually decided to go with a walkthrough.
I'm actually offended because I hate Agdog.
Yeah, but we don't, so it's a compliment.
Exactly. Plus I said I like you even more. So, still works. No?
Agdog's kind of adorable.
Wow, we're out of drinks. Oh my god, I'm way too warm for this.
Yeah, it is really warm. Well, we can get
Way
you
too
some
warm.
drinks. Let me already double check.
Please do.
We
Benjima,
have
how you
someone to
doing?
rate.
Letter tier list stream.
There's no point in doing that because we already know the best letters.
Benjima, that was actually one of the ideas we had for a second for our anniversary stream when we did it.
No, you wanted to do an egg.
Yes, and I also, one of the ideas I pitched to you was also a letter tier list. But the problem, like she just said, is that the X tier was already known. Like, my favorite letter is X. Like
you're spoiled to the outcome.
It's like trying to tell the setup for the joke after you already heard the punchline. It's like, couldn't make it work. I'm good, I'm warm, I'm sweating, and the discussions in this trial, especially in this part that we just played,
Get your blood boiling.
seem so utterly redundant. It's a skill issue. Apparently I'm bad at not sweating.
No, you're bad at solving cases. Otherwise we would have been done a lot. Actually, I can't say that. I'm on controls most of the time.
Yeah, I was gonna point that out to the people who forgot, because I make sure to tell all of you that it's Tifa, because when she skips my lines, I want you to know
I
that.
barely skip your lines. If I do, it's because you're slow.
No.
Or it's unnecessary. Or we already done it.
You know why you do? Skill issue. Or because you're a hater. My point stands, exactly. And it's wonderful because I can keep referring back to it, because no you.
But yeah, like I said, I'm having a love-hate thing with this trial. But after this, definitely need a short Ace Attorney break.
Yes.
So Ace Attorney will not be the game that we will be playing after this. Don't know what we will, but can confirm.
I have a couple ideas. We will probably run a poll if we can't decide.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense.
Steins Gate! No.
It's still on the list.
But no. Sorry, Evie, it's not gonna be Steins Gate. Also, hello Evie, happy Friday, how you doing? But no. Thank you for
Maybe
stream
after
and
a
your
more.
nap. See you later. Jima, please enjoy your nap. Get some rest. Stay
Sleep
hydrated. All of that. Somnium? No. Also,
Also kind of feel like playing Fall Guys at one point. Like
do
for a one-time stream
Could
thing. I'm not sure if that would really work. That should work.
why wouldn't it?
I'm more thinking if we play together. We also gotta connect the laptop again, but we've done that before.
Worst case, we play on the Switch. We have 2 capture cards.
Oh yeah, true. We also have to switch. That is true.
Guess in the break from visual novels. I would not mind, not visual novels necessarily, but I wouldn't mind throwing in a more
Happy game?
happy, less story intensive game. I like them, I enjoy them, but I want to break it up a little.
I still really want to play Steins Gate.
No, build tracks for each other and see how well the other person does. Oh, true, you can,
You can do that now.
make your own like levels in Fall Guys. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't
Kind of
even know
like
that.
the Mario Maker games, but Fall Guys.
I suck at those things, so probably won't go that well.
There are a couple stages in Fall Guys where you do better than me.
No, I mean building them.
Oh, and we could learn together. Maybe.
Like I always think the idea is really cool, and then sometimes I start, and then after half an hour I'm like, oh, there's so much effort, and I'm like, nah.
Oh my god, what would be fun? Oh.
I don't want to work
Wait, I
for
find
my level.
if I fall down, this is really annoying to me, so I'm not gonna put that in there. And it's doing like these creative, do your own level kind of things can be It can feel like a burden depending on how you feel about doing those kind of things. You have to clear them to publish them like Mario Maker. See,
yeah,
so
that makes sense. Otherwise, you're gonna have like these absolute bullshit levels that are impossible to clear.
And then I would just make a level that has like this one gimmick that Tifa is really bad at, and we all sit here like, haha, Tifa can't do it.
I mean,
nah. When you finally get around to Steins Gate, I'll gladly watch you experience the best time travel story I've ever read / seen.
I will look forward to it.
Hyping it up a little. Okay. Alright, better than the time travel in 999.
I mean,
Fair question. Is the game different from the anime? I don't know that. I've not seen the anime, so telling us yes or no is not a spoiler.
We watched the anime together years ago, I think.
have not watched Steins Gate.
What? Then what did we watch that was also something with Steins,
Your Name.
I think? No.
I've not watched... You mean Gate?
Was
Just
that
Gate.
just Gate?
Yeah, that's kind of an isekai. Where this military guy goes to an isekai world.
Yeah, exactly.
It's Gate. That's not Steins Gate.
Oh
That's
yeah,
very
true.
different.
We have not seen
Noise Gate. That's what I set up for the stream. Watergate. That's a hotel. Kissing Gate. I forgot what that was. The anime does a pretty good job, but the game has a lot more detail and depth. Yeah,
it's also
fair
a
enough.
longer visual novel, right?
I like that they do that, I guess. With an anime, you have to like kind of consider that compared to a visual novel with a VN, I would imagine if the game pacing is like the other games we've played, if you want to get more lore, more story, you can read all of that optional stuff, and if you just want to rush through the story, you can also do that. But with an anime, the people who make the show for you dictate the order and the time it takes.
You have so many episodes that you need to put it in.
Yeah, plus there's probably like stipulations like how many episodes you get to like a budget for. So you need to like think of how you want to do it.
Like 35, 40 hours for you.
Okay, so it's like
that's
100 for us. At least.
No, I think we're not too bad at making. I would say double, if anything. Let's say 70.
That depends.
70
Evie,
hours.
is the game voice acted? Because if not, at least 4 times as long.
No,
because-
4 times is too much. We don't really do 4 times as long anymore. Like 2 times, 2 times.
2.5 at least. Because instead of... it is in Japanese. Okay, so we would still be reading it out in English. So reading out aloud versus reading for yourself is already dramatically slower. Then we probably stop pressing game buttons and start debating and talk. So I would still say 4 times.
2.5.
Let me bring up one last proof of my theory. How long to beat? Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney.
I'll make sure to look up the one with this last episode.
Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Completionist, 23 hours. Tifa, as of today, the game has been running for 58 hours.
Yeah, but that's not including episode 5, which
This
is like
is
half
including
of the...
5.
That looks like the DS version that doesn't have
No,
episode
Tifa,
5.
completionist. This is including episode 5.
That is not without episode 5. That's without...
Tifa knows what information is on how long to beat better than the people who run how long to beat.
No, completionist is until episode 4.
How would you know?
Because that's the old version that didn't have it yet.
This is the DS version.
This didn't have it yet. Where does it say it has episode 5?
Here, Tifa, Nintendo 3DS, 100%, 24 hours, that did have the DLC. The DS version had episode 5. No, you...
Hey,
Do you see this?
to the mic.
Do you see all of this? Do you see this in this space? Wait, present, there, traces of bullshit. Wait, where's my thingy? Wait.
No, they just layered. There was a picture of the DS version that didn't have it, and then by coincidence, the one that did have it was layered over it, so it only looked like it was included, but it's actually not, and therefore it's not as
PC 26 hours, PlayStation 4 23 hours, Wii 25 hours. Game Boy Advance, that didn't have it back then. 42 hours.
If it didn't have it, why is that one longer?
Some people. Because only 4 people put in how long that took. So, you see, Tifa, I'm right. You're wrong. So...
it's somewhere in the middle.
Wait, I'm sitting kind of uncomfortable. I've got something in my pocket. There.
No, it's somewhere in the middle.
Thank you, everybody, for proving Tifa wrong and me right, as is how it should be. You guys are a masterclass in Snell gameplay. Yes, we are. I've said it before, I'll say it again. If you only want to watch a game being played, this is not the place to watch. I understand that some people prefer that. Then I recommend other places, like YouTube. When I
think YouTube is absolutely already better for that.
Yeah, personally, when I'm interested in a game, but I'm not sure if I would enjoy the gameplay, I, myself, either I watch people that I know who have similar tastes to me, like Skinner with Metroid Dread back then, or I go to YouTube and I Google name of a game, gameplay, and then I watch that. But,
I mean, yeah, because you're not there for the interaction, for the comments, you just want to see the game, and I'm not sure if Twitch is the right platform for that.
It depends, I guess. Some people, I mean, I've also seen no commentary streams, which there's a place for everything, but, and I've also seen people who don't debate as much as we do, and that's also fine, but that's not us.
Yeah, I guess. Something for everyone.
Today also comes to stream of good vibes, getting randomly flipped. Not
Funnily
you.
enough.
Hello, Mytho. Happy Friday. How are you doing?
Jack's been flipping off
Yes.
things several times this stream, and you're the second or third person that comes in while he's doing that.
Yes. And this is not an apology, but an explanation. First of all, I'm warm. That already makes me more likely to flip my finger. Also, the game had some very moments
flippable
like that.
moments.
Very flippable moments, yes. I should knock next time. How would that work if in Twitch chat you had the option to knock?
You do.
Like?
Like this. And then you say, come in. And then I go like, oh, thank you. And then only from that moment do I start listening.
Who is there? Oh my god. Okay, listen. Nobody who comes in here needs to knock. If you want to, be my guest, but you don't need to. I like the chatter if you play an action game and die a lot. Yeah, that's gonna happen at some point again.
That also...
Yeah.
And I would say...
Yes.
Let's rate someone, but there's no one to rate.
But... guess it's too warm for a raid too.
Yeah.
So, knock knock, who's there? Me.
No one.
Me who? Me who's not going to raid again. That makes sense? Yeah, I mean it did.
Suddenly, I'm remembering Freddy Fish. There was this one moment where there were a lot of knock-knock jokes.
And they're pretty bad.
They were really good, and unfortunately I can't remember a single one right now.
Wait, they were not good.
The Freddy Fish ones were great.
Knock jokes, Freddy...
It was in Freddy Fish 4, I think? Or 5?
Jokes!
It was when you visit the theater.
On the Humongous Entertainment Games fandom wiki, there is actually a subcategory for jokes in each game apparently.
Oh, click on the knock-knock ones. Oh,
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Dwayne.
Dwayne who?
Drain the tap, I'm drowning.
But these aren't the ones I was talking about. This is between Lufer and Freddy, and I was talking about the ones in the theater back then, which are not included on this page.
Then I'm afraid, Tifa, you just have to go to our YouTube channel and watch our playthrough of Freddy Fish.
Yeah, I'll look them up later.
It's there. Only Heisenberg should be able to knock. He's the one that knocks. Ask Skylar if you don't trust me. I've not... I mean, I understand the reference, but I have not watched Breaking Bad.
Oh.
I've seen the first 2 episodes. Didn't get into it back then, so I just never continued.
Yeah, same.
But I know
I am the one who
knocks. So I know that guy.
Oh.
I was going to ask you my usual question, but now I just remembered that you already answered it preemptively.
I already did.
Tifa, please press the button so I can be warm without a camera being pointed at me.
Pressing.
Thank you everybody for hanging out with us. I'm sorry for flipping you all off accidentally. We're back on Sunday with more Phoenix Wright Attorney. See you then. Bye!
Bye!
Thank you, thank you.